Good evening. Welcome to a very special episode of Shield of Tomorrow. I am your guest host for the first part of the evening, Brian W. Foster. You may know me from Tuesday nights. But tonight, due to the generosity of all of you fans and what is it? Ox Crew. Thank you guys. You well exceeded the donation. Let's see. You guys started at $2,000 and you ended up at $7,000. Part of that was that there. Yes, thank you. For Puerto Rico, and Eliza has family in Puerto Rico, so this is especially close to our cast. And part of that, one of the tiers of that the charity thing was that we're going to do a Q&A with the cast. I have before me fantastic questions from the community that we're going to get to. But we wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for the generosity that you guys had and for looking outside yourselves and taking care of our friends in Puerto Rico and for submitting questions for some reason for most of these interesting people. And Eric. Let's begin.
And Eric.
With who's joining us tonight. We have Sam DeLev, who plays Rue. We have Hector Navarro, who plays Captain Martinez.
That's right.
Yes. We have Eliza Puro, who plays Talon. We have, you guys are going to have to help me this one, Eric Campbell, who plays our game master.
Very good.
Bonnie Gordon, who plays Lark Sage. I have a note here from management, asked to be referred to as Goddess for the evening.
That was a joke. That was bad.
Have some trouble. Gonna have some trouble sticking to that one tonight.
Oh, that was a joke. Please don't do that.
There's only one goddess in this room, and it's Hector. Amy Dallin as the Dr. Throlo Shishiros.
Flawless.
How'd I do?
Wow.
Perfect.
No one will ever know I'm drunk. And Gina DeVivo as Ren. Thank you guys for agreeing to this Q&A. We're gonna go long, hard, and deep as we always do. Thanks again to everyone who sent us your questions, who donated to help in Puerto Rico, which unlocked this Q&A. $5,000 more, and Eric would have done it shirtless, he
I
said.
would have done it, and we would have been temporarily banned from Twitter.
But not if we covered you in body paint.
Twitch.
Twitch.
But you get 2 strikes, don't you?
You could do anything on
Yeah,
Twitter.
I'm just saying. We can
Evidence proof of that.
Have your lawyer write your tweets.
Okay.
Okay,
Meeting a
the
lawyer.
first question we have for tonight was submitted via a website called Facebook.
Never heard of
And
it.
it's for Eric. This is from Henry Kalenda.
Okay.
Eric, La Waxana Troy when, and can Marisha please play her?
Ah, man. Oh, man. NPCing Loxana, that would be a hell of a task. That would be. I should go ahead and say that Marisha is going to be guesting on the show. That's been planned for a while now.
Have you announced that yet?
Yeah, we announced it ages ago
San Diego Comic-Con.
we announced it at Comic-Con, but it's been, there was that whole getting married thing, and then I guess she's on another show on the channel that had a big event. And
You may know her from Thursday nights.
yeah. And so it's been, and then she's also a creative director. So like the three of us, we've all tried to find time or when we could pull it off. But Marisha, we have her character and her story arc plotted out for her.
Really?
Guest. She's going to be a reoccurring guest on the show. But it's just been a matter of finding out when we can get her in. So she is going to be on it. But
How does it feel to know she planned and financed an entire wedding just to get out of appearing on your show?
since I got to go to the wedding and be at the altar and then get slightly tossed, and then also got to attend.
Tossed out of the wedding?
Like you got thrown?
Yeah,
Instead of the garter, she threw Eric.
Yeah.
Into the crowd.
Is it?
Who caught you? Is what I want to know.
That was Joe Manganiello.
I got kind of drunk and tried to kiss Steve Blum, but I mean, as it turns out, he's
Very affectionate.
Yeah, and the beard on beard action was okay.
Yes.
But then he just threw me out. Like I was just it was so hot and cold, so I don't know. But yeah.
Oh, well, at least someone had a good
Yes, and
night.
then
Yeah.
tossed out of his line. You need to play
That's
that
what we
Katy
call
Perry
icy
song.
hot.
Icy hot.
This is somehow circled perfectly to Loxana Troy.
Let me ask a few questions that weren't sent in, just for my own curiosity.
Yeah.
How many of you guys knew each other prior to being cast on the show together.
So should we go back, because some of us knew each other from my previous show, TVD RPG.
Yes.
But before that, we didn't. I didn't know you guys particularly well just yet, and I didn't know Eliza until because here's the story of Eliza was.
Tell us the story of Eliza.
I needed another person to be on the show.
Once upon a time.
I needed one more cast member on the show, and I wanted to get a new face into GNS and like get somebody else introduced. And Hector was like, I know somebody who's doing an improvisational show, and she plays the captain on that show. So
an improv Star Trek troupe is what Eliza's on.
Yeah.
And the same
Phenomenal,
week,
so.
I had her come in and meet her, and then decided, oh my God, she has to be on the show. She got hired at Nerdist
Wow.
to be a writer. So now we work across the hall from each other. Like
within
every
a
day.
week of them and they were totally separate avenues.
Yeah,
It was
fate.
so funny.
Yeah.
It was so strange.
You were destined.
And I have to thank Hector, as always. Actually, I have a perfect thing to do that. This is totally not going to happen. It wasn't going to happen now, but I will just now. Because I saw this and I thought of you.
It's a Poe Dameron.
It's a Star Wars gift.
Yeah, it's Poe
Sorry,
Dameron.
it's Star Wars.
I asked you what was in there, and you
have
didn't
to
tell me.
apologize.
I know, because I
Before
wanted
the show
to be
started, I was like,
surprised.
"Oh, you went to GameStop. What'd you get?" And you were like, "Nothing."
That's how you know
Thank
it's
you
lying.
so much.
That's awesome.
One does not
That's
simply go into
great.
GameStop.
Since you were my patron saint of Geek and Sundry. You brought me in on this show.
I'm
and
all
you're
about bringing
a
new
lovely
people in.
friend. And I've
Oh.
known you I've known
Yeah.
Hector for many years.
But we've
through
never
improv.
worked together.
We've never worked
but
together.
just improv.
Yeah.
I've worked with Amy, been on a show with you, but I knew Bonnie, I knew Gina, I knew Eric, but I didn't know Sam really. Just
I only saw you in the hall.
Just was friendly,
Yeah.
but this first time.
Every time you saw them, there was a pencil in the hallway.
Exactly.
And I only knew you from guesting on Dick and Johnson.
Yeah.
So that was just like my brief like Britney Spears, exit entrance and
amazing.
exit.
What a great analogy. Great analogy.
I only knew the TBDers.
I first met Sam at Comic-Con when they were meeting the Critical Role cast for the first time, I think, right?
Well, I already knew Matt and Marisha from the gym.
Oh, from Nerdstrom, right.
And you sportsed your way onto the channel, which
I
I think is
sports my
hilarious.
way onto the channel.
Many different ways.
I think I'm the only person who got a job here based on my ability to do push-ups.
Probably. Definitely not me. Travis can't do push-ups. There's so much weight there. I have to his head weighs 14 pounds alone. A question we have here from Vander. What is the genesis of the name of the show? How did you arrive at Shield of Tomorrow?
Great question.
Genesis.
Oh yeah.
Great
In fact,
question.
we were just discussing this. So so the title for Shield of Tomorrow came up because at the time when I was thinking up the concept of the show, one of the things that was kind of a hot button topic, and it's definitely still true, but it was very much in the news at the time, was kind of how there was. I don't want to be hyperbolic and say there was a war on science, but the idea is that a lot of things were being discredited, a lot of legitimate things were being called into question.
Facts are being ignored.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I knew that I wanted to put the game in the time period of the Dominion War.
Yes.
So I thought about, and I knew off the bat that we wanted to be an Intrepid class, a science vessel. So I was like, what is the theme here? And I realized it's there's the best sort of way I could describe this is there was and I'll try to keep this short, but there was a picture.
If you don't,
I know you get the red ruler.
You get the
So there was there's a Facebook page that I follow called World War I Colorized Photos.
That makes sense.
There's this colorized photo of these 3 British soldiers in this desolate wasteland that they had been fighting in for 8 months. And over the 8 months of fighting, they had gained 8 kilometers of territory and 250,000 people had died.
Wow.
And it was just a desolate wasteland of nothing left. And the title of the picture was What We Won.
Wow.
And
Wow, that's powerful.
so the idea behind Shield of Tomorrow is because in a time where a lot of science fiction is very gritty and realistic, and Star Trek and Doctor Who are still like those sci-fis kind of stand out as like the idealisms.
Yeah.
Sci-fi. I thought I would love to throw realism and idealism against each other. And the idea, as a storyteller, I side heavily more on the idealism side when it comes to Star Trek. So the idea is, yes, you've got to do all of these things. You have the Dominion War, but the Sally Ride and like the theme of the show is if you succumb to this darker version of what the world could be, what have you won when it's all over? And
Wow.
so the whole idea behind the Sally Ride in the show is you're protecting tomorrow.
You're giving me goosebumps.
I know I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I named the show.
And also,
Until now, I wondered if they had picked the right man for this job, but after this, I think I'm pretty
So, yeah.
convinced.
and also, we legally couldn't call it Star Trek something, right?
Yeah, CBS
Star
showed up
Trek.
at my door and just dry
That's
clicked the
the short
revolver.
end.
God, you say the words, they're here.
There's always the legal. There's always the legal stuff. Hector, question for you from Pekini, USA. Do you think Ensign Sage should be allowed to partake in an away mission? Why or why not? Follow-up question for fucking Goddess.
Not letting it down.
Please don't call me that. This is
Does Sage as a character believe she has the courage to go on an away mission? For your answers, we are going yellow.
The answer is she's been on away missions, right?
Yes.
One?
I've been on one.
So yeah.
Out of
One away
bounds.
mission?
That was a big
Yeah.
one too.
Boy.
Literally everyone.
Yeah, I kind of get left behind a lot, but it's okay. I got stuff to do, y'all. Don't you worry.
It depends on what it is, but here's the thing about Ensign Sage's role is that she is the youngest person on the ship. So she's like a Chekhov. She's like a brilliant young person.
Just out of
So there is a shade of everybody else being overprotective towards Ensign Sage, including my captain character,
Including the
and very much including Sam's
I have
character.
no idea what you're talking about. I'm exactly as protective.
But there's also lots of times where it's like we literally do need like the best helmsman in the fleet, who is also Ensign Sage's character.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of times where I'll be like, well, shit, it does make sense to have Lark at the helm because we need to zip out of here. You need to have a good getaway driver when you're gonna go get in.
That's a good
Guys,
point.
I'm
So-
baby driver.
Yeah.
Also, time waits
Yeah.
for no one. That was the other away mission.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which
we go.
one?
Where I
Time
chose
waits
the
for no
crew.
one?
Time waits for no one.
No
Oh.
orders.
So the answer is it depends on what it is, but
Yeah, I've
yeah.
known a few. It's one of those things where I feel like Sage, she's definitely not much of a fighter, so she would not be very useful in like an away mission that was very combat oriented.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a time and a place, and if I get left on the ship, I feel like the only thing that's frustrating is that when everyone does come back, my character I don't have to pretend like I don't know what's going on. Or,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So half the time I'm just like, there's a Tark, there's a this. Like, when did this happen? There's a Klingon. Like I don't even know what's happening anymore. But it's fine. But then that's fun too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's also there's a question here for Amy from Mookie. What would your character have been like during the Mirror Universe?
I've been wanting to know.
this
I've been wanting to
too.
know. this
Really
one.
fascinating.
Great question.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get to see it again?
Oh my gosh, Sam's heart is breaking. Yeah, no. I'll go ahead and preempt that and say yes, there will be another Mirror Universe episode.
Then I
absolutely.
can't very well talk about it.
Oh
Yeah.
no! GM, and I'm just
proud.
like, what? No,
I'm so proud.
no.
You just
feeling
made the
red.
one
I know.
You're feeling a hit. Oh.
We gotta
Just
save
give us
it
your
like
best evil
Yeah.
look. Or I guess evil universe look.
I already know it's gonna be like a
What's your
darker version.
resting
She's
face?
gonna be like harvesting Ginny.
Oh.
Eric, I will go over there.
It's
Eric,
Mirror
no.
Universe. It's Mirror Universe.
No,
It's Mirror
the
Universe.
line must be
Sorry.
drawn here.
Somebody Eric
We
knows
already
in
learned
chat
from
right
Mirror
now.
Universe. They don't have to be evil.
That's true.
That's true.
That is true.
That's Lux.
It's true.
This is fun. This was just like my Thanksgiving. Hey, Eliza.
Hey.
Frankie, just says Frankie, this was submitted in Discord, has a question. How have you found playing your first tabletop game? Do you think you're going to do more gaming tabletop-wise? And for Gina, Amy, Sam, and Eric, what do you miss from doing TBD RPG? And what do you prefer in Shield of Tomorrow? There's a bunch of questions.
All right.
But we'll start with
that's a lot.
Eliza for
Okay.
your answer to how have you found playing
My
your first
goodness.
tabletop game?
I love it so much. I already have done more gaming, and I played my first D&D game a few weeks ago. and
Yeah?
it was so fun. And
Was that
What
here?
were you? What did you play?
No,
What did
it
you
was
play as?
it was on Experience Points.
Yeah.
My friends have a web series they also are doing a D&D. It's called Experience Point,
What'd you
so it's
play?
about D&D. We played. They have a game called the Junior Adventurers Club,
What was
and
your
it's
class?
like
What did you play?
I was a. Let me see if I remember. Oh, I was a paladin. I think.
Yeah.
I can see it.
But my character was so cool. I was this like 90-year-old knight.
I love playing all
Yes, I was
You have
an
such a good
old
voice for
knight. It was so much fun. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm Pat. What's Pat's paladin's name on?
Carrick.
Yeah, Kirk.
Yeah.
I could totally. We need to be like a drawing
yeah.
of Kirk,
Yes.
a year-old.
Yes.
Wait,
retired
that would be
paladin's
awesome.
club.
So you went from Shield of Tomorrow to playing a Shield.
Oh!
Yesterday.
Oh snaps.
Oh,
snaps.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
You.
It's all connected.
Second part of that question, Gina, Amy,
Yep.
Sam, Eric, what do you miss from doing TBD RPG, and what do you prefer in Shield of Tomorrow?
I desperately miss TBD RPG.
Yeah. miss it.
That show. That show was only that game was only supposed to last 1 month, and the show was titled TBD RPG because the idea was it was to be announced. So we were to be determined. So we were going to just cycle through a bunch of RPGs because I always want to run like a bajillion games.
Yeah.
But we could not leave the TARDIS after we'd stepped foot inside, and
No.
and it was really. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. It was really hard. That last episode was really. It was a really moving last episode. I left a lot of doors open and things unanswered, like the fate of Cillian.
Yeah.
And like how characters are going to remember. We've been trying to like get a holiday episode going, but
Like a one-shot type thing?
yeah, but it hasn't
Yeah.
lined up. But it's like none of us are letting it go. We're going to do it again at some point, but we just haven't found when it's going to happen. But we need to do it. Yeah. What did you guys?
Yeah.
What do you all think?
I miss the companions.
Yeah. Someone brought up Zeeps on Twitter the other day.
My baby, I want to bring him back to my mother. They need to live together forever. Didn't you? Well, no, because
not
we
in
got
this
erased.
first, yeah,
So, I would say shallow answer. I miss doing a Scottish/Irish accent every week. That was way too fun. Seeing Joe's accent last week was like, I was like getting choked up, just like, I miss it, and like meaningful answer, yeah. It
What
was
the
like,
bloody fuck?
it's like different relationships you miss.
Yeah.
So
totally.
It's true. And yeah, it was, it's a little bit of a weird breakup. You lose relationships and their memories instead of an active part of your life. So that's really sad.
I also imagine it's a lot different than, normal everyday friendships or working with coworkers and stuff, is that you're going on an adventure and you're creating something from scratch together, and it's hard for people that are maybe outside the gaming community to understand the bond that you have from doing stuff like that.
And it's not just like improv where you do that every week with the same people, because you're specifically picking it up again.
Yeah,
the
it's not an
next
extra
week.
sketch.
So that's a different thing. It's like improv combined with like a book club where you read the same book.
Yeah.
Or people have Game of Thrones viewing parties or whatever, but it's like imagine the show doesn't end or whatever. That's
It was
kind of
far more intimate.
It was a conversation I had
eye
with
contact.
Mercer the night everyone had kind of lined up, and it was the final night of Crit Roll, and Twitch had come in here and done the talk and stuff like
Crit
that.
Roll's canceled?
Oh no, God! Don't joke about that. Right now they're gonna talk. But it was the
The night of the campaign.
Yes, it was Vox Machina's fun. I forgot that you can't misspeak when it comes to Critical Role.
I can, because no one believes the
No one-
goddamn.
Yeah, the time. But it was the final night of the campaign for Vox Machina, and Matt was standing off in the corner for a second, and I could see him getting a little emotional by himself over there,
yeah.
and I knew exactly what he was going through. But the thing is like, and I walked up to him and we had a quick conversation about it, and I was like,
Tell him to stop being such a baby.
yeah, I slapped him, and but I was like, I lived with these characters and this life and these relationships, and we were together for about 6 months in Doctor Who, and saying goodbye afterwards was just heart-wrenching.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, I was trying to like fathom what it's like to live with Keyleth and everybody,
Yeah.
and to live with Grog and the
5
whole
years
group
and-
for all that time, and then have to say you are saying goodbye. They become family.
Yeah.
And so it'll be good to visit old friends again. It'll be nice to step back into the TARDIS. We'll do it eventually.
Yeah. If you need help getting it greenlit, Hector's got a lot of pull around here.
Is that true?
Doctor Who.
The pull.
Hey, here's a question for you guys from Twitter. This is from Matilde Draws. To everyone, what made you decide on your character species? Did you take inspiration from the series? We'll start
That's a good question.
with you, Gina.
Well, I'm a special case. I've had 2 species for this show.
Right.
I played I got to guest as a character named Valia, and she was an Elorian, and I picked her because it was really rad to play a almost godlike, incredible, very mysterious. I got to invent whatever. I get to create my own lore for my character, so that was fun.
Wow.
And then when I got to come back, it was much easier to find one from the book.
Yeah.
And but I still wanted to have a little bit of similarity, so that's why I picked a Betazoid. So they still had the empathy part of the character. So that's why I picked that.
That attracted you?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So my character was really fun to create, partly because Andorians are one of the oldest, like the earliest established species in Star Trek that we've seen the least of, because you don't really get a lot of them until Enterprise. But they were in the book, they had the rules there, and just to take advantage of the fact that being a role-playing game, we all get to use our imaginations. I can be a blue alien with an antenna every single week,
Yes.
and so that like. I was just really fascinated, and we'd seen so little of what Andoria would be like in this time frame, because when we finally get into them in Enterprise, it's hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
So it was this cool like uncharted landscape, plus just the total shallowness of like, I'm a blue alien. It's just cool.
But you also got to signal boost the Andorians by doing it, so I mean, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goddess?
Did I mention be careful what you say around Brian?
Yeah, I'm never joking with you again.
Goddess is getting purple for her.
Oh, that's my favorite color. Okay.
I know, I read it on your IMDb.
Goddess reading?
I was like, that's on my IMDb.
I just
I don't even
Googled
know
Goddess.
what's on my IMDb anymore. So with me, I actually came up with a couple different characters that I got vetoed. I don't know if you remember the early stages of my. I wanted to be an ECH, an emergency counselor hologram, because I wanted
be a hologram too.
I wanted I wanted them to be like experimenting with different hologram.
Yeah, they wanted to
different
go
things.
off the map in the early stages of character creation.
And I was like, I want to create something so bizarre. That got vetoed. I also wanted to try and create the first Ferengi woman in Starfleet and wear clothes like the female humans.
Which I would have been fine with, really.
Which, yeah, but at the same time, that would a Ferengi is a hard thing to keep.
You would have been exhausted after a while.
My mental capacity would have been like, okay, I can't keep playing this character. And then but I wanted the Ferengi to be the communications officer to try and like haggle all the like communication. Anyway, that none of those worked. But I ultimately decided on a Bajoran because I love how rich and they have such a beautiful culture and their culture goes so deep, and also they've been through so much, especially recently when you discover through the DS9 and the Voyager timelines. They've been through so many hardships and different things, but still keep the artistic side of themselves. And I wanted to do a character that was that species, but at the same time knew nothing about where they came from. And because I wanted someone that was completely in the dark about their culture, about like who they were, about their past, and because I wanted it's something to be where I could discover it as the show went on, and everyone and the cast could discover it with me, and the audience could discover it with me, and that way, because there's just so many different paths it could take.
Yeah, that's fun.
Fun fact: Gina's first character, she wanted to run a changeling. She was like, "Can I be a changeling?" And I was like, "You can't be a changeling."
It was changeling and then hologram, and then I was like, "Fine, I'll just pick one from the book."
War. You can't be a changeling.
She wanted different fan art each week.
We would have our own Odo.
It would have been fun.
Girl, I'm with you.
It's like if I was running a Lord of the Rings game and Gina would have been like, "Can I play a Balrog?"
Yeah, exactly.
I would.
Exactly.
You totally would.
I would.
You totally.
I don't know, man. I feel like one day if we're ever doing like a one-off episode where we get to like play completely off the range characters, I think a Ferengi will be in my future.
Please do. That'd be
You,
so fun.
you knew exactly what you wanted to play, like from the get-go.
I did. So I play a human who was raised partly on Klingon in the improvised generation. So I'm always attracted to like the multicultural character, the ones who have like multiple ethnicities and cultures, because that's how I am.
Yeah.
And so I knew I wanted another character like that, but I also love Vulcans, and I partly want to be Vulcan in some ways in real life. So I was like, I want to play a Vulcan. Also, I am mostly a TNG fan, but I also have and am watching all of Star Trek, and I appreciate all of the series and movies for their specific things.
Yeah.
Enterprise got really shat on by my Trek friends, like the very, very Trekkie friends. They were like, "Don't even watch it," and I was like,
Oh.
"I'm not
Why?
watching
Because
it."
Will Wheaton comes in and ruins the whole show, or what was the reason they gave?
Wait, what?
That's TNG. You're talking about Enterprise.
Enterprise, yeah.
I'm kidding.
Amy, oh God.
Amy was with us.
Aside from the opening credits song, I think the show actually did have some, it had some value. It had its problems, but whatever. But watching Enterprise inspired me to see more of Vulcan women. And we have some awesome Vulcan female characters, and in general, like that show probably had as many or more Vulcan representation across the genders as any of the other series. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but I feel like I remember seeing more Vulcan women and just more Vulcans in general because of T'Pol.
Yeah.
And so T'Pol is a character who I was intrigued by, and I felt like the actor Jolene Blalock, I think her name is. I really loved how she played her, but I also think some of the some of the storylines that were around her didn't give her like full gravity. Gravitas.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to see like another female Vulcan character who's allowed to just drop in and be who she is and not have it always be coming back to like her victimhood or her weaknesses or that kind of thing. Have someone who can be balanced as a Vulcan character.
How has it felt to try that so far?
It's been so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, like I love Talon. She's like I think some of the most favorite times when I realize like I found a character who like syncs with something in me. I lose myself in the character, and I definitely have lost myself in Talon and some other just like two other characters that I've played in improv type things.
She
like
can
I
do
really
the science.
I kind of like, especially in the earlier, before I really was like knowing what to do RPG wise, and before I knew you all very well, I was like, I felt like I was Talon. I was more Talon than Eliza probably in our first few episodes, because I was just like, I'm here, I'm an actor, and now I'm just like, I'm playing RPG with friends.
Talon is hilarious. I think it's unintentional, but Talon is unintentionally very,
She
very
took
funny.
comedy classes.
Very, very funny.
No word in Vulcan for comedy.
Really?
Really?
I was
didn't
studying
know that.
Vulcan language stuff today, and we were talking, and I think I remember reading that there's no word in Vulcan
That's
for comedy.
interesting.
That makes sense.
I mean,
Sam, you are such
Yeah.
a nerd. Hector, tell us about your character.
Sax let me know they were doing a Star Trek show, and he asked me if I wanted to be the captain, because he knew that I loved Star Trek, and he thought that I could hold it down. And I got super excited. Even though I love all of the alien races in Star Trek, I think Spock is the greatest character, maybe in science fiction. I think Data is like the second greatest character of Star Trek. So like I love the non-human stuff. I think I got really excited at the prospect of if I'm going to be the captain, I want to be the Mexican captain, the Mexican guy from Earth who, to prove Mexicans survived a couple hundred years from now. And it's not just Edward James Olmos, which Battlestar's great, but that's a downer sometimes. It's a downer. And you could play an alien with you could play an alien with a Spanish accent, but it's cool to be able to say, no, this character is from a future version of Mexico with Mexican immigrants. And then after that, I needed a name, so I came up with Rafael Martinez because Rafael is my dad's middle name.
Oh, dope.
And he recognized it immediately that I named this character after him, and then Martinez is his mother's maiden name, so my grandma's maiden name. So those names are in my family.
That's pretty cool.
He is also a Hector, so he's Hector Rafael Navarro, and I'm Hector Santiago Navarro. I was named after my grandfather, his dad, and the pressure's on me to have a boy someday and name him Hector Rafael to keep it going like that.
Yeah.
And then we'll all
You don't have to have a boy, you can
after
name
your
Hector.
captain.
Look at Michael Porter.
Yeah, I could have a child or a pet and name it Hector Rafael Navarro, but I figured this would be a good placeholder for like, I don't know how long it's gonna take, Dad, so I named my character Rafael Martinez.
Could be anytime.
But you can
I think
also
I'd like to think I keep better track of my stuff, but
I do
no,
too.
you're right.
I do too, Hector.
You're right.
I'd like to think you do too.
That's for real advice that my mom gave me in high school. Keep track of your sperms. That was honest to God.
Put a note in your lunch pail.
Don't forget, honey, you're special and keep track of your sperm.
Yeah, now we're all keeping track.
It's great advice.
I think there's a Twitter account keeping track of
we're gonna do a
Hector's,
tally. This is now part of the Shield of Tomorrow stats.
I keep track of a lot of things. This is not one of them.
This is now part of the stats.
Sam, it's your turn to tell us about your character.
Yeah, so I think Trill are super dope. And at first I'd been thinking about trying to find a species that had non-binary people.
Yeah.
Because in the previous, I sort of have an informal rule that I always play non-binary characters. And in previous RPGs on Geek and Sundry, on TBD and on Vest, I had played aliens that were from a species that was not sexually dimorphic or had non-binary gender people. And so I looked at the Janai and I realized that in their episode, they're actually allegorical for heteropatriarchy.
Yeah.
And I was not cool with that.
Yeah, I had to do that too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I had an android pitch, but before I even pitched that, what I decided was, wait, I just think Trill are super dope.
Yeah.
And we haven't had an androgynous or Nitois Trill. There's argument that you can make that they sort of have a certain bigenderedness or gendered fluidity, particularly the joined ones. And that's not my particular flavor of non-binary. There is that there. But I sort of enjoyed the idea of having a character with a similar relationship to gender that I have. That Trill, as far as we know, are a sexually dimorphic, binary gendered species culturally, and there are just like non-binary people. It's the 24th freaking century, and like we can just have a ship that has that, and it is literally never a thing.
Better have our shit figured out by then.
I think we're gonna have it a heck of a lot sooner than that. I have faith in people.
Good. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna just play a Trill because Trill are super dope.
Netflix and Trill.
Eric. New T-shirt. That's beautiful. Let's make that happen.
I want that. I really, really want that.
5% of all proceeds except buttons. They don't sell.
Never. And Trill.
Eric, thank you guys for giving us insight into your characters. Eric, we have to hurry along here because there's someone pissing in my ear back here. Eric, Sir Boulevard wants to know, I can't help but notice you tend to add NPCs of lesser seen races or seen professions from said races. Just for an example, how many people are learning that about the Cations through Matazi. What inspires you to decide to create such characters, and what other really cool races can we expect?
So one of the things that I noticed when I was reading the expanded universe Star Wars novels is that all the novels kept focusing on the same like 4 people over and over and over, and the galaxy started to feel really small. And one of the things that I noticed moving deeper into sci-fi, I mean, because they ended up changing that a lot over time, but one of the things that I noticed about sci-fi is that it feels like it's an actual galaxy when you populate it with all these races, and Star Trek is just this rich, fertile landscape of alien races. And one of the things that really helped, this is interesting, but one of the things that actually really opened up my knowledge of all the races in Star Trek actually was Star Trek Online.
Yeah.
It was Star Trek Online because the video game incorporated all of the lesser known races from like the classical series moving up, and they've added some more in ever since. And so I started asking questions. I knew I'd seen a few original series episodes way back when, but I didn't know like who the hell. Yeah. Like, you know, I was like, okay, what? So it's a space dwarf, I guess, and it's angry all the time. Like I didn't know what the Tellarite was, and I was like, how are they approaching that? Like, because they were literally, it just seemed like they were taking Tolkien's dwarven race and putting them in space, and I was like, which they kind of did. So I was just like looking into that, and it just opened up my eyes. And the more like, and I would just go through the Star Trek Online character creator and just make all of these different characters and create backstories for them. And then, so when I got the show, I was like, you know, it's great because again we don't have to worry about makeup or effects budget. So I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna have a vast diverse crew. Diverse crew. So that's really what inspired that. And I'd like to incorporate more of the other species in. But like my favorites that I've been reading about in the novels in the expanded universe that I always thought were really rad that kind of got left out. I think the last time you see Acacian is Star Trek 4. Mm-hmm. I think you see one appear in the jury room when at the end of the film and at the beginning of what?
I didn't even know you saw one in the Voyage
you
Home.
see
That's
one.
Crazy.
You see one in full makeup in Star Trek 4, and I think that's the last time you ever see Acacian in a Star Trek production. So I was
I'll never forget M. from Star Trek: The Animated Series. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, the animated series. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's kind of what I was doing with that.
We have the most
that's where I got it.
diverse senior staff of a Star Trek.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of
I'm a Star Trek.
Hopefully that gets
And so can you.
Hopefully that gets emulated. Question from Sean Steerley for the Goddess. What is your real-life favorite brand of cream soda?
There it is. There it is. You called it. You knew it.
You knew there was going to be a
coming.
question, and Sean delivered for you.
I knew it was coming. All right, so cool story. When I first decided about the whole cream soda thing, I went to Rocket Fizz and bought one of each different kind of cream soda. So I had a whole bunch. And silly me forgot that they cleared out the fridges here because I put them in the fridge here.
She put them in the public fridge
on accident, and it got cleared out. So I didn't get to try all that I wanted to, but I've been trying a few, and I will say the IBC is very good.
Yes.
The IBC.
What's that stand for?
I forgot the amazing person in the Ox Crew Discord who sent me the.
Did you find out?
I know who it was, but I can't remember the name. Yeah, it was Blue Sky or Sky something. But there were 24 cans of that, and that lasted me a while. That was nice. They actually went pretty fast considering.
I took one.
Wow. I shared them with the rest of the cast, and then also I had roommates who just were like, "How convenient!" And I'm like, "Wait, those are my cans."
What about A&W cream soda? Have you tried that?
A&W is good, but I think so far IBC has been really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
Their
not
root beer
too
is really
sweet,
good.
but it's still really good. I like it really creamy. I like more of the cream. You don't have to be too sweet. I want it to be like butter beer, you know?
Yep.
Okay.
They just put out a thing online yesterday about how to make butterbeer alcoholic. Did you guys see that?
No.
Yeah, I did.
You know what though? I found
for years.
I found a website from your folks at Star Trek Las Vegas, a website that has all the ingredients list from all the drinks they served, including the Warp Core Breach and the Rock
From Star Trek: The Experience.
And the Roctagino.
Guys, the Warp
Romulan
Plates.
Ale?
The Roctagino. The Roctagino.
You do
all
know
these
that my
alcohol
friend
drinks.
Tony Maxwell was the main tour guide cast member for the because we used to live in Las Vegas.
I used to work that job. That
did?
I was one of the actors.
What
of the
if
Star
I
Trek
met
Experience.
you when I was 17 and I was really mean?
Probably.
I ask for your forgiveness now.
Probably.
Is that likely? Is that your standard?
I was very aggro, as a teenager.
So you just rolled up to the Star Trek Experience okay, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What are these nerds doing out here?
You're fostered by wolves.
Yeah. Exactly. We didn't have the manners that say people that were raised by humans. This is for everybody, but especially Amy from Callisto. How long was the makeup process for the intro video?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We had the most wonderful artist working with us that day. And
Who was it?
Kaylin Ashley.
Okay.
Yeah, thank
Make sure.
You're welcome.
It's a shout out.
and then my wig was styled by. It was selected by Kate, but then it was styled by a wonderful woman. Shoot, I should have practiced the names.
I know, I forgot it was so long ago.
But Caitlin did the
put it up
primary
in
makeup.
chat.
I think we ended up. It was between 2 and 4 hours for me, I think.
Yeah.
But it was because it was the first time we had done it, so we didn't have a routine down, and she had to kind of figure it out, because there was a one size
There was
fits all.
one antenna
which
that
is
did not.
what they think, how they think
appreciate
faces
it.
work. But it was they found an antenna pack, and she sort of customized it to my head, and got everything glued on there, and then they styled the wig, and she airbrushed the makeup on. It was an incredible experience. But yeah, especially since we didn't have an opportunity to do a test. test, so it did take a while to get right on that day, but whew, worth it for me.
I bought your antenna, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I found them and bought them, so I hope I did that right.
You did amazing. I'm just assuming it looked like the company was like, here's the antenna. This is what there is.
Yeah.
So Kaylin Ashley is actually a friend of mine, and she was on Face Off, the TV show
Yeah,
Face
yeah,
Off.
yeah.
She was on like I think season 7 and the
Yeah.
All Star cast as
Yeah.
well. So she's fantastic. With me, she was supposed to get a sculpt of my nose in advance because she was gonna sculpt the Bajoran nose onto a, replica of my face. But my schedule did not happen.
Yeah.
Meaning I did not have like a free hour to do that. So she had to sculpt it onto my face the day of, which is not easy. Like she basically had to she just had a picture and was just making a full sculpt onto my face. So mine shouldn't have taken as long as it did, but because she didn't have like something to make a prosthetic on, instead of making an actual prosthetic to just stick on me, she had to do a full sculpt onto my nose.
Oh my
Which,
gosh.
fun fact, I had a show right after that I raced out to and performed a library bard
There's
show.
a picture of you.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like a Bajoran bard.
Nice.
Bajoran bard.
Bajoran bar.
Bajoran. It was delightful.
I'll allow it.
Elisa, how long did it take for you?
Oh, I think under 2 hours. I was at the same time as Amy, and so mine was like mostly just the ears, and she did a fantastic job of just like sculpting them onto my and gluing and blending. She blended so well. I was impressed.
Yeah.
Made it really match.
The edges is difficult.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Yeah.
And then the eyebrows were, I think it was under 2 hours.
Because we had, I think, 3 artists that were working on us and the women of AXYB, and they got us all in and
It
out.
was like an assembly line.
It was amazing.
The way they did my hair, I didn't want to wash my hair for like ever because I wanted to keep it like that, but then I had to wash my hair.
I think I was scheduled to have drinks with a friend after that shoot, and I was running late, so I was like, well, I could just keep my Vulcan. And I think I did. I think I started to take it off, and I was like, whatever. And so I just went, like.
Did you get free drinks for a Star Trek
no.
nerd that was maybe in the...
Would have been logical.
Was not.
How long, I'm curious how long it took your spots. How long did it take you to draw your spots?
Oh, so they did like they did for the Trill on DS9. They individually painted all of my spots, but like everything about helping me to have a face and the spots, I got in and out of the chair in 40 minutes.
I think you were the fastest.
I was the fastest.
I think that would be the
I walked from my desk to front of the
It takes
camera.
forever to make Hector look good. I mean, it's
0 seconds.
So it took no time. I got to spend the rest of the time just like warming up for the hard part.
Yeah.
Which was those crunches.
For people that don't know, Sam had to do a full body press while they were in that intro scene. That's Sam pressing themselves, full body weight press while they were doing and one of them
was
one-handed.
awesome.
You raised your
it
crotch.
was into one hand. So I did about 3 months of, I'm in the gym anyway, about 6 days a week. So I just did a lot of extra work in the gymnastics rings, which is the same principle of unstable over the rings training. And it took about 3 months for me to sort of be able to do some measure of that without weight bearing too much into my legs to do that stunt.
No one's going to see the footage, but I do want to tell
No,
don't do me like that.
Oh, it's such a good story.
No.
I love it so much.
No.
Okay.
There's a shot of me. There's a shot of me drinking cream soda. I made like a bottle and I mixed things together to make it look like cream soda, but it didn't work for the shot.
Oh yeah, there was
some fun.
B-roll.
Yeah, I wish we could find some of the
Easter
B-roll.
eggs.
And
We have like in character
didn't mind
B-roll.
it the
All of
least
us,
amount
I'm pretty
of
sure.
time.
I
Well,
know.
somebody needs to cut that together. Somebody needs to cut that together and turn it into something.
Yeah, it'll just be the
April Fool's episode that'll be the intro for the April Fool's.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I got asked by a few people. This one's from Cato.
Cute.
Yep. Do you have a favorite character from the TV shows that does the job your character does on the Sally ride? And do you think your character would like their way of running things?
Captain Kirk, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that
All
was
right.
easy. And for me, easiest Spock.
Okay, yeah.
Best science officer ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh gosh.
Who does my job?
You know what? The person that I guess is the closest to my character in the Star Trek universe would be a certain man by the name of Paris, who's also the helm in Voyager, and I feel like he and Sage would do some test flying, some racing.
Is that what they're calling it now?
No. I will say this. I don't think he's Sage's type.
No.
Is the question is the question who would we hook up with?
Oh yeah,
No, we already know because Bonnie.
So everyone's in
That was next. Bonnie went straight up to Garrett, who played.
Garrett Wang, who plays Ensign Kim.
He played. So we're at the Star Trek convention, and Bonnie straight up walks up to him and is like, "My character totally had a crush on you back in the day."
No.
What did you say?
The opposite. So
right.
Ensign Sage went to school with Ensign Kim. They were both in band. He played the clarinet. She played the trombone. He graduated a few years beforehand, but he took her out for coffee. She did not get the hint that it was a coffee date, and it was a really awkward this is all backstory.
So imagine you're Garrett Wang at a Star Trek convention.
Red alert.
Imagine you're Garrett Wang at a Star Trek convention and someone storms up to you and is like, I play a Star Trek character in a role-playing game and we went on a date.
I was way cooler than that.
I can assure you, Eric, that Bonnie was probably the 17th person to come up and say that.
I know that for a fact because I was 16. So.
He was really nice, and he knows what Twitch is.
Yeah.
Come visit us.
Sweet. He was like, he wanted to. He was like, get us more. Yeah.
Not yet. What? What's happening?
Garrett Wang guest.
Right? I know.
Come, hello, we're here.
We totally had coffee, y'all.
I was like, why are you
Sorry.
switching? What the hell?
Guys, this is a question from Mark Dudridge, and he asks, will there ever be an opportunity for Aux crew members to cameo? Could have them VoIP, voice over IP, in for that authentic senior staff calling below decks feel.
I don't know about the VO calling in thing because then you're getting into like I don't know what the logistics of that would be.
We don't have the kind of cable in for that.
I mean, it was hard when we had Sam Skype in. I mean,
Yeah.
But even if it's a pre-recorded, if it's a pre-recorded, but I can say for sure that I just reached out to the Aux crew recently because I want to start incorporating more of the characters that they're creating.
Right, the Can We Murder You spreadsheet.
Yeah. So we are gonna be doing that. So there is on the Discord chat in the Aux crew, they've created a document that I'm following where everyone's listing their character names and if I have permission to use them, and are they going to be cool if I interpret them differently than the way they created them, because I need to be let off the leash if I'm going to portray, have a catalog of characters a little bit. So I'll do my best, but I would like to start showcasing a lot more of our Aux crew on the show in the future.
Amazing.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Well, it's a super supportive community.
Yeah,
right off the bat.
Yeah,
there was so many of them out there. It was awesome to see.
Yeah,
Twitter.
A lot of them, a lot of them followed us from TBDRPG, but a lot of them were curious Trek fans that just wanted to see what we were doing.
Yeah. And it's turned out well. Gina.
Yeah.
Question for you from Admiral White Knight.
I'm ready.
This is an admiral asking.
I know.
With Gina now being official with the uniform, will you at some point add her to the intro? If so, perhaps make it a bit longer and ask STO for some video clips with the Sally Ride designation and intermix them.
Wow.
The Admiral is very specific.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. We're just waiting for I need prescription contacts is the only problem. The state of California does not let you just buy them. You have to have them given to you by a professional so that your eyeballs don't fall out.
Safety for your eyes.
Safety for my eyeballs.
Thank you, doctor.
Overrated.
I did mine with no glasses.
Difficulty.
I did my intro with no glasses.
Yeah, but it's for the beta.
It's the
it's the beta.
Betas always have
That's
completely
right.
black
Not
eyes,
like
yeah.
I don't. It's not like I can't see.
Do they have to be
they-
prescription? Oh, I
They
guess
do.
so, right?
They have to be prescription.
Wow.
I need a prescription to tell me I don't need glasses.
We
It's
have-
really annoying.
It's a lot of
safety.
red tape.
Yeah.
California.
Okay. Hollywood.
Have you guys had any trouble, this is AdCon wants to know, have you had any trouble coming up with on-the-spot technobabble to fit within the Star Trek universe in
We
terms
have a
of
list.
discoveries, sensor
I have a
data,
list. I was like, give me your
problem
list.
solving?
I have a list.
Gina and I have coordinated a technobabble chart that we have used
You killed
once.
Can you make copies?
Yeah, I would
Twice?
say this.
We've like
Yeah.
technobabble debated
Twice?
Yeah. And so we've
best.
used it, and it's a lot of fun. And somebody from the Aux crew just sent me a brand new one that I was going to look at, but I haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
I keep randomly adding words to the columns.
Yeah, we basically do what the Star Trek writers did, which is we have a catalog of technobabble words that we can throw out there to make it give that Star Trek feel.
Like those Shakespearean
Three
insult
columns
generators
that
where you
is
just
Yeah.
It's 3 columns, and no matter what, this one, like, they always will sound good in that line, no matter which one you pick from each
nice.
column.
It's like
As long as
Mad
it's
Libs.
1, 2, 3. You can just pick one, and they always work.
That's great.
I need that
really
list.
helpful.
That's funny. I have a different experience because coming from the improvised generation, we kind of have it harder. Not to. It's different.
No, but yours is
we're-
much harder. Mine
we're
is a
like
cheat sheet.
on our feet, and we're just like, bleh. So if we say something that's technobabble, 9 out of 10 times it's gonna be like a smoosh of actual Star Trek stuff, but mostly stuff we're making up.
Yeah.
But this is great. Like, I feel like I rely on.
Yeah, we should break you a science technobabble chart. We should make everyone like.
I mean, I feel
don't need one.
like I could. Yeah,
I
like,
just hit things.
Yeah.
And
Target
whenever I say
phasers.
things, it's mostly just.
we could make a tactical technobabble chart, like 30 degrees to
we could
port
be
and
doing
like
that.
Z
What I
axis, Y
usually
axis.
do is just
That's
draw on whatever like base level understanding
Yeah.
of astrophysics or whatever is actually pertinent
Like
to the
you do.
moment.
She can
and
add
so
one.
You know,
it's not so
all
much
that
extemporaneous
astrophysics.
hard sci-fi. I think when you combine those two, it ends up being soft sci-fi. But like, I really highly recommend like The Physics of Star Trek is a great book for familiarizing
Oh, I
yourself
gotta
with
read that.
just
Yeah.
the actual principles, and then if you like
I need to read
keep
that.
any of that in your head at all ever, then I just barf words.
I mean, like,
There's that too.
I
good
just barf words. Eric, question from Germany. This is
The
was
entire
your-
the country.
Keep coming.
They all got together and said, if you could ask Eric Campbell one thing. And the question is, do you have Matt Mercer's phone number? That seems odd.
I do.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Thank you for making, this is from Lucas Cunningham. Thank you for making my Tuesday evening. To Eric, as a fellow DM, is there a chance that the adventures are going to be able to be published?
Ooh.
That's a CBS question.
I know it's the,
I
Yeah.
can't comment on that yet.
what?
interesting. Well, follow up for you,
But
Eric.
yeah.
We're all like,
But there has been some discussion. I can say that much. I can say that there's been some discussion.
Take that sexy smile and wink into the camera for what it is. Lucas Cunningham, Germany.
Now gift that.
Follow up for you, Eric,
Yeah.
from Justin Toner. Has it been challenging making sure the plot lines you come up with for the game don't contradict canon? The answer
Yes.
Answer is
today's faint.
It's been very, very challenging. One of the things I immediately after about 2 games into the Doctor Who game, I guess no, about 1 game session in, I realized there's no way I was learning 50 plus years of Doctor Who lore that I could pick up, because I didn't come into Doctor Who until Matt Smith's era.
Oh yeah.
whoa.
So I started. He was my first Doctor,
Sorry.
and then I started.
Whoa.
And then I started working my way back, and which was a lot of fun. But I didn't have enough time because the show had already launched. I've been into Star Trek since I was about 8 years old, but there's still there's so much to keep track of, and
it's hard to remember.
even when you're and when you're on a live stream and you're doing a game like up front, you'll forget that certain class probes can travel at warp. You just don't have that information on hand, and I don't want to drag the game by looking it up. So there's a lot of stress coming into that. Doctor Who, I brought that up because to get away from that, I just created a freaking alternate universe and threw you guys into it, and it worked beautifully.
The discovery method.
Yeah, exactly. But in Star Trek, I did kind of anchor myself a little bit when I set it towards the middle and end of DS9, because we are having to adhere to canon, which is why Bonnie couldn't play a Ferengi communications officer. But the thing is we are moving closer. I can say definitively that once we leave the DS9 canon era, I plan on taking Shield of Tomorrow into our own. We're gonna create our own storylines and stuff
Eric
like that.
thinks we're gonna live that long.
I have faith.
Hey,
I have faith.
it's okay.
Optimism.
But yes,
Backup
it's
character's great.
it's been very, very challenging. But the fans have been really great, and the people who Trek check are like actually pretty cool about it. They'll get messages. Like at first, like I was really nervous that we were gonna get a lot of angry Star Trek people, and we got like 1 or 2 in like the first couple of episodes, and then they just disappeared.
As they often do.
Yeah. Man just disappeared. And then everyone that since has been really cool. They'll just be like, hey, just so you know, like, here's the frequency of blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Great.
So I've done corrections at the start of episodes. I'm like, oh, by the way, the Akira class wasn't in service yet. So we're retconning that and no big deal. We're moving forward.
Here's the thing about Star Trek. There's two sides to Star Trek. There are the stories and the drama and the fiction of it, and then there's like the technical aspect.
Yeah.
And there are different kinds of people that are drawn to different aspects. I feel
Yeah,
like generally
totally.
speaking, more people tend to care more about the story versus the technical, but there's absolutely people who like that's their jam and that's why they're super into the thing.
Yeah.
I think generally speaking, that stuff isn't as important as story and character and understanding what the world is. And as soon as we started, and I mean, I had this conversation with Eric that he was so nervous about fucking it up, basically.
Yeah.
But pretty soon into this, I was like, oh, Eric gets Star Trek.
Yeah.
If he's ever gonna mess up a detail, if we ever are gonna mess up a little canonical detail, who cares? I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
The point is that he he's not an outsider going in like, okay, tell me about this Star Trek thing. He's not, he's not somebody who never watched the show. It's in his DNA. He's
Yeah.
been in it since he was 8 years old. So like, he gets the world, he gets the characters, he even gets the broader, like, here's what's going on in the Dominion War. I'm not even super familiar with all that stuff in
Yeah.
terms of what's happening in like the timeline.
Yeah.
So I never worry about that stuff, and I think Eric has been doing a fantastic job.
I agree.
amen.
No, I agree.
Amen.
I agree. And getting a lot of love online for it too.
Well, and what's great about Shield of Tomorrow is that you don't have to be a fan of Star Trek to enjoy it. Like, I have friends who tune in and watch who they're like, oh, can I enjoy? I don't know anything about Star Trek. Will I like it? I'm like, watch it for the story. Watch it for the characters.
Yeah.
It's just a good sci-fi story. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to know all the technobabble. You don't
Yeah.
have to understand, like, it doesn't matter if you know that, Dr. Thurles is an Andorian or not. You just have to know her as a character. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to interject that
Please.
I'm happy to be a part of this show because it feels like we are standing up as Star Trek fans of different backgrounds and different levels of knowledge and showing that Star Trek is inclusive, because I feel
Totally.
like, I'm going to say it,
Big
there's a
time.
lot of toxicity wrapped up sadly, with Star Trek fandom, and that's not all, obviously.
But there are some people that
sometimes
will
they're the most
gatekeep.
vocal ones. Yeah, and
Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah, I'm
saying.
not standing up for that.
yeah, and we don't stand up for that, and I'm glad that we're that type of team. That
If you're
we're like,
yeah.
come,
Totally.
Star Trek is for everyone.
Yeah, somebody tweeted us like, "Oh, I never get Star Trek. I don't get it, but I like this show." And then I tweeted back like, "Oh, now you get Star Trek then."
That's it.
Now
Yeah.
you're a fan.
That's all it
And
is.
So like,
Yeah.
you don't have to
That's
jump
awesome.
through hoops to be a Star Trek fan.
We
That's
totally-
not a thing.
That's absolutely the statement we try to make too. Like, if you come to me and say, "I love Benedict Cumberbatch's Khan in Into Darkness," that's
I might
do
have
it.
a problem with that. I might have a problem with that, but
But
it
I
leads
disagree.
To,
Like,
it
we're
leads
allowed to, like, disagree.
But that's
like
a-
a learning opportunity, because I'd be like, come learn about
I
Ricardo
know.
Montalban. 'Cause
I
he's
know.
great.
But the thing with that is even though my initial reaction is,
Yeah.
but
It's
the thing
like,
is,
great,
but the thing
great.
is you found your Trek. You know what I mean? I know a
Yeah.
lot of people who are introduced to Trek through the Abrams universe
But
and the
Benedict
Kelvin
Cumberbatch.
timeline, and it's like, welcome aboard. Like,
Yeah.
it's still. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want, if you like Trek, then you like Trek. Just welcome aboard.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
I just like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
And to your point, Hector, I find that's true to be with RPGs as a whole. You have people that are super into the rules and the technicalities, and then people that are super into RP.
Totally.
You guys
Yeah.
are finding a way to sort of respect the history and the lore
Right.
and the fandom, but do your own thing and
Yeah.
keep the focus on creating characters that are, they're already diverse, but creating rich and three-dimensional characters. It's
And
awesome.
you can have both.
You can.
You
Yes.
can be a technical person and a story person.
Yes.
It's a false dichotomy. You can engage on all levels.
This is a question that could get things really interesting. This is from Kenny
Kenny,
in Discord.
what's up, Kenny?
And the ship's launch.
This is for anyone who would like to answer. Critical Role has on occasion done one-shots with the cast as the DM. Do you see yourself, once comfortable with the system, GM and hosting an STA game for a day?
Wait, do you mean with the?
Oh,
the
like
whole-
individually?
So each one of us taking an
got it.
episode is
Take a turn in the GM.
I would be a
chair.
terrible DM.
I would love to see that.
I could.
I could
do it-
finally play
No,
Klingon.
I was about to say you could play.
I would play Klingon in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I could do it storytelling-wise, but I would need to definitely learn the rules better.
Yeah.
I would just be like, all the threat for me.
I would have so much fun creating some.
You've taken 10 seconds.
You get a threat. You get a threat. I'm like Oprah with threats.
There is an additional ending part of this question. It says, for Sam, what Nash Day surprises would you pull on Eric's character?
Nash Day.
Nash Day. Oh.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But
also, why do people think I don't GM?
Because
We literally talked about earlier today how Michelle thinks Sam would be a great GM.
Yeah.
That is lovely, and I love that the community of Geek and Sundry has been supportive about the idea of me GMing. But the truth is, they are very different skills. I don't have to hold everything in my head as a player. I have to hold Rue in my head and Rue's rules. I don't have to have everything and have a sense of sort of the rhythm of how a story would work, or sort of sense the elements that different players are sending me of where they want to push the story. It's something that I've gotten to appreciate in playing with Eric for almost a year now. And
I have a counter to that, because that's the same as saying I don't know the 18 forms of monkey paw kung fu because I've never trained in kung fu before. Which, that's true. Everything you just said, I think the only thing you need to be a DM is to want a DM.
That's true.
Exactly.
And
I agree completely.
And if you find that you don't want to GM, then definitely don't, because you won't have fun if it's not something you want to do. Because I remember in the old days, I never wanted to GM. I hated GMing, and my friends kept forcing it on me because nobody else wanted to run the game. And the games would last 3 sessions, and then I would quit. And then we wouldn't play for a week, and then we'd start up again, and then somebody else would have to hold the mantle, and it would just recycle. It was awful, and I became notorious for just not completing games because I never wanted to run a game ever. I always wanted to play, and now I almost never want to play.
Wow.
It's because I just found
got a taste of the power.
I just found that I just love it because as a GM I get to play every character, and it's fun because I'm not in control when you guys destroy one of my birds of prey, or or decide you're gonna beam the ambassador off the Cardassian ship instead of you guys will. My favorite moments are when the player is like, oh, this was your plan? Really? Did you like that plan? Did you like it?
That door swings both ways.
Yeah.
And we all know about doors in RPGs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would GM a game where I would put everybody in the swinging, sexy 60s Star Trek.
Oh yeah, dude! Star Trek Adventures facilitates Star Trek Adventures facilitates original series RPG. I'm just saying.
We need to get Vaseline filters for the things. Everyone gets close up Vaseline filters.
And special lights.
The new intro should be. Oh my gosh!
I would do a holodeck episode.
And we can have a scene where you just kiss me, and then when you're done, you just deck me across the face and just knock me out.
Oh yeah.
Or we can skip the kiss part.
You just put me in your arms and then just start.
Yeah, would it
Below
count?
Decks episode.
Yeah, totally.
Everyone plays a Below Decks character on the USS Ally Ride.
Oh, Captain!
my goodness,
I don't know
I
how
really
to push this button.
Would it count as a Shield of Tomorrow episode? If we holodeck it as Dungeons and Dragons, it's like the crew is playing D&D. Would that count as a Shield
We are
of Tomorrow?
devising the show for a question of yesterday.
I would try for that.
I want all of these to happen. Please. They will.
Eric, we have to wrap up here, but we're gonna do one more question for you, and then I'll end with a question for everybody. Eric, this is from Josh Dupree's on Discord. Yeah. What challenges have you faced bringing this game to life? And let me paraphrase it. What's been the most challenging thing in bringing this game to life? And who would you like from the Star Trek cast to join your team?
I don't know. The most challenging thing about bringing this game to life has always been, to be completely frank, it has been balancing my job here at Geek and Sundry as director of development with plotting and planning the game, and keeping the game always up to date. I mean, there have been times where Liz has come to get me at my desk, and I'm working up until 5 minutes before we go on, and then I'll finish and get up tomorrow morning and come back in to finish the work. So it's been tricky, and Sean and everybody warned me that was going to be the case. So if you do the show, you're going to have to balance. You got to be able to balance both of these gigs, and but I just couldn't give it up. So that has definitely been the most challenging aspect of it. Like when I get my lunch break is when I'll sit aside and like plot out what the game is going to be. And then trying to like stay in touch with the group, because in many ways we don't have that advantage because of our schedules and because of how the work thing. We don't have the advantage of being able to get together as often outside of the show. To like we're working on that because we've been having a lot of crew meetings and we're working on that, but I think
7 people, 7 schedules is a nightmare.
And so and just when you think something's about to stop, like, oh, it's the Thrashtopia premiere, so we gotta gotta focus on that, or like there's a new show that's about to launch. Like when Starter Kit was getting ready to launch, like a lot of my energy went into that when we were doing this, and so that's that, and just getting like the show off the ground and making sure CBS was cool with everything that we were doing, which they have been. They sent us the blueprints.
Thank you, CBS.
Yeah, CBS.
Thank you.
We contacted the Star Trek archives and they were totally cool with this. They sent us photographs that we could use to build the set of the original Voyager crew. Yeah, they sent us all these assets that we could use. They were really sweet. I think those have been the 2 biggest challenges. And aside from that, like I am grateful every single time I come in, because I stress out about the game and then I sit down and get to play with these guys, and I'm like, it's so worth it.
Yeah. And then your favorite cast member that you would want to join if you could?
So we did talk to Garrett Wang, and he did actually mention that he would love to come on sometime. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know if you'll remember.
I don't know. Like,
I'll
tweet him right now.
Yeah, the trick has always been that if we get one of the original cast members to come on, they can't portray their character, obviously, because that's what.
But I think people would be happy to just see them.
Just come and have fun.
Yeah, like honestly,
to play whoever they wish.
Yeah, I honestly, and I don't know where this would fall. I really don't. And I haven't brought this up yet, but I would love to see Will Wheaton play somebody in the Star Trek universe. I honestly would. I would love to see, because I think he's a.
I don't think he likes games.
No, I would love. I don't know where that would land, but I would just love to see him like portray like a Cardassian defector, or something like that. Like I would love to see him. Like I would love to see Will Wheaton really get like dig his teeth into like a Star Trek character from the universe. I would love to see that personally.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm open to anybody we could get who would want to come on and so long as they wanted to play with us and just play and like be in Star Trek. That would be my only thing. But
let's call LeVar Burton up.
LeVar actually might be curious. Right? Like he might just be like, yeah, I'll try that out.
Yeah. What about Data? I mean, he's around.
Brent Spiner.
Yeah. It's weird because we actually are kind of connected to the cast, and it's like I don't know how they would feel.
I mean,
I had dinner with him a few months ago.
Did you really?
His favorite TV show is Deadwood, and we were at a big dinner with all these people, and I was there because I just walked in, and I went over to him and I was like, I gotta talk to you, and then he was like, oh, I love Deadwood too, so we started talking about, and my girlfriend is obsessed with Star Trek, and she was sitting there the whole time.
Ashley?
Like, let me talk to him.
Ashley is obsessed with Star Trek?
Her screen name on Twitter is @the_Vulcan.
That's right, Vulcan Salute. Why haven't we had Ashley on the show? Oh, right, because she's on NBC.
She lives in New York.
Right.
But our final question, but Brent would totally do it. Our final question, if you had like $50,000 or something, which
I was gonna say, we'll empty the budgets.
Why do you think there's no windows on
Open our purse strings section.
Darlings.
This question, anyone can answer this. This is from Andreas the Lore Wizard @the_Sidmon. What was your favorite moment in the game so far?
We're gonna have to keep this one tight
because we don't have a ton of time. But just think of something that.
Let's go down the road.
Go ahead.
This is tough.
Last episode, honestly, the Jenny interaction made my heart sing. It made me very happy, and it was wonderful. Pretty much all the Jenny plant face.
Amy's gonna lose it.
It's great. Yeah. The stuff with Jenny is lovely, and also the moments with Zaz, it has been making me pretty happy.
Why are you making us do this?
I'm not the lore god or whoever is.
pick one.
My favorite moment so far is
Sorry, loud.
You want to skip? Skip.
We'll go back.
We'll come back to you.
All right, I'm taking a threat.
Oh no, Eric!
This is not a real game.
Oh.
I wouldn't say it was my favorite moment, but I think the most pivotal moment for my character is the moment where Sage finds out that her real parents are still alive, because that is when her character does a complete 180, where everything she believes, everything she thinks is real is now not, and she loses trust in anything and everything that she's believed in. So I feel like that's been like the most pivotal moment for my character. Also, stupid sexy Sassarit.
Okay, I'm this is a cheat answer. It's Xander and Kevin.
Oh, yes.
Xander and Kevin. Well, they didn't specify.
I know that.
That's a great.
I have a handful, but the one that I like to always come to is I threw Hector a curveball. He told me his character background. And I'm guilty of doing this with a lot of people's characters. They'll give me a character background, and then I'll be like, oh, that's what you think you know about your character, but this actually happened, as Sam has learned in the past couple of games. But like, up to this moment, as a GM, one of the things that I love is when players feed me. Is that a pen?
Plastic fucking pen.
It's a mechanical pencil, Rocco style.
Damn it.
We don't have the budget for you to go through those.
But
Sam is sponsored.
We gotta save it for.
Hashtags, please.
My
Breakaway, please.
favorite moment was Hector had told me that he wanted Martinez to have cheated in the Kobayashi Maru. Oh, yeah. He did not know that I was going to make somebody take the fall for it. And when I
cried
when I threw that at Hector. When I threw that at Hector, all of a sudden it was like Martinez. He learned about Martinez, a side of Martinez he didn't know. Like all of a sudden there was a shame, and that throwing him that curveball and it was as a GM I had to sit there and I had to hammer away and make it brutal, but inside I was breaking. It was really that was probably one of my favorite moments in the game.
I think all of our faces were.
Yeah, it was a brutal moment.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah,
the flashbacks were.
I love that part.
You guys
Shout out to Eric and Rick and Nick for that whole episode.
All the memories and it was crazy.
This is an impossible question.
I know.
I think the most. I don't know. I might have to. I don't know. I don't
You're
want to
gonna
pass.
say Rel. Something with Rel, right?
No.
Hashtag
Sorry.
ambassador reasons.
No.
Hashtag it's not a date.
Hashtag it's not a date. That was hilarious. I love the hashtag. That
Ambassador
was
reasons.
freaking hilarious. Just everyone's involved in that.
I know it's hard to pick a favorite when there's so much.
I don't know if I can. I just. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I loved your conversations with your mother. That was a good scene.
That was good, and that whole first story arc, you really helped us dig in and introduce ourselves to the people. So that was cool.
I feel like we all learned about ourselves during that episode. We didn't know.
Yeah.
My favorite is the moment where Elisa's character Talon said it's not a date. It wasn't a date when they were on a date with. She was on a date with Ambassador Rel. I love that part. I also love the moment where. Because soon after this, Eric had to like break all of our transporters because we went a little transporter crazy. Where Eric clearly set up a conflict for us to engage some warbirds or some Cardassians, whatever. And we were like, no, we're just gonna swoop by. We're gonna transport and beam this character off of that enemy ship because their shields are down, and then we're gonna fly away. And it was this thing of like we did it relatively peacefully, like peacefully, no violence,
Brilliant rolling.
That was all those. I think that was like the
Eric
day
was
where
like,
we hit crits.
all right, go ahead and roll it. And we were like, we did it. And he was like, you beam the guy off of the ship, you fly away, you did it.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Sam?
favorite have always been the flashbacks of I Remember because they do exactly what I'm here for, which is illustrating character through interaction. And like, for all that I have a little bit of a reputation as a power gamer, the truth is that
No.
Orion Vane imposter, you don't come at me with that.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Continue.
The truth is I'm 100% here for the RP. Like, I could not roll a die this entire show and I would never be happier. And so seeing each of those moments and seeing the brilliant performances that every single person gave. And then our guest, who also had her own flashback and was also terrific.
Yeah.
Like, just the whole way down was phenomenal. And such amazing storytelling. It's
good stuff.
it's what I tell people when I try to get them into this show. Watch the I Remember arc. It's what I live for as a player, and it's why Eric is just such a terrific friggin' GM, and we should really start firing up that cloning vat again and make like 6 more of him so he has enough time to sleep.
We gotta get the wiring fixed. And
Yeah.
Be up and running again.
Yeah.
We've got that alpha money.
I was like, are we going to go through an entire episode with Brian and not have an alpha joke? Because we're like coming to the end and we
It's
haven't
in
had
my contract. They get one, I get one. Well, we are out of time for this Q&A. I want to thank everyone who submitted questions. Obviously, all the fans and the Ox crew for watching and for submitting such great questions. But that's not all you guys donated for. Up next, after the break, we have a special one-shot episode where the crew of the Sally Ride meet Dick and Johnson.
Hell yeah!
Are we calling this Sally Rides Dick and Johnson?
No. That took a
Coming up, Sax is going to take the reins of Sally Rides Dick and Johnson. I want to thank my pal Hector for this beautiful captain's.
Also,
Thank you so much,
I want to
dude.
say too, you look fantastic. You look phenomenal.
really good at
Fantastic.
You look fantastic.
You were scoring so
better
many
than
points with Ashley wearing that.
better than I'll ever look. But I realized.
Did you send Ashley a picture of you?
I did. I had Danny
Yeah.
take one, and she sent me a gift back of the woman fainting in the
Oh, yeah.
hospital.
Yeah. You're welcome, Ashley.
I was like, okay,
Anything we can do.
You could thank him.
I realized with all of our cast in like their civilian clothes that I am the only person on this cast who actually looks better wearing that frumpy thing. But everybody else, it doesn't do you guys any favors. You guys were all like, we don't want to wear that fucking thing tonight. We want to look real nice. And everybody looks phenomenal. And I'm over here like, oh, I wish I was wearing it because I look better that way.
You guys were all dressing up, and then they handed me this. I said, "What's Hector wearing?" Oh, they're all wearing normal clothes. I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." So,
I always slack. Yeah.
yeah, yours is just hanging up on the back of your chair
Yeah, I'm
all
just
the
like,
time.
"Sit
At the end of the night,
it's
it's
right
like-
behind my desk. Just like throw
Just
it.
a reminder, I'm an admiral.
Yeah.
Really, I'm an admiral.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Brian, for coming in and
so
doing
much.
this.
And thank you so much to everyone who donated any amount at all. Like, all of it matters,
Seriously.
all of it counts, all of it's going where it needs to go. So we want to thank you guys very much. I've been Brian W. Foster, and this was your very special Q&A for Shield of Tomorrow. We'll be back in a few.
Hey everybody, it's me, Sax.
Who's that guy?
Welcome to a very special episode of Shield of Tomorrow where they meet the idiots, Dick and Johnson. I am your game master / gum master for this game. And let me give you the basics on what we're going to do here before we even go to announcements so that no one gets freaked out. We are not going to be using the amazing Modifius RPG regarding Star Trek today. We're going to be playing a game called All Out of Bubblegum, which is the game we play on our show, Dick and Johnson, the show about 2 woke rednecks who save the planet every week with special exciting guests. Are you wondering, is that show an RPG? Technically, it's certainly something, and you can't beat that. 50 plus episodes can't be wrong, or so I've insisted to the administration. Anyway, Dick and Johnson plays a game called All Out of Bubblegum, and the way it works is each one of our players has a dish with 8 gum. In this case, they're candy. They also have a 10-sided die. If they want to do something, they want to take an action, and I call for a roll. If they want to kick ass, they have to roll more than the amount of gum they have in their dish. If they want to do anything other than kicking ass, which we call chewing gum, they have to roll less than the amount of gum in their dish. So, in the event that they take damage or fail a roll, they lose gum, which means they eventually are all out of bubble gum, which means they can literally do nothing but kick ass, so they can get locked in their own shuttle. But they can kick the door's ass. So that's how the game works. It makes a lot more sense.
Damage right now.
Yeah, 2 rednecks on a fan boat tied to a fan boat tied to a fan boat really benefits by this system. Will Star Trek? You know what? Honestly, probably not. But whatever. Hey, everybody, this is going to be real fun, and thank you so much for donating to support Puerto Rican relief that made this possible. When they suggested this as a potential sort of prize, I said that's a terrible idea, but I will definitely do anything for Puerto Rican relief. So, yes. The question is,
Doing the bad idea.
what more can you donate for in terms of getting us to hybridize our shows? No one knows. The sky's the limit. If you've got money, we will definitely do a lot of crossovers. I'm just saying, that Critical Role crossover you've been joking about is several $100,000 from now, but if you've got it,
There you go.
let's make it happen. All right, so let's do some announcements real quick because we have a couple. I know you have one, Eric. Do you want to
Yes. So a gentleman goes by by Vanderpike on Twitter. Sean is his name. He graciously returned the Ultimate C-Store code that he won during the charity stream, citing that he just wanted to make sure that somebody who played it often enough to use that code got the code. So he actually, he said between his own RPG and his kids and work and stuff like that, he felt like he didn't have enough time to play Star Trek Online. So he returned this like $800 virtual code to us to give away tonight.
Whoa!
So I wanted to give him a big shout out, and I got him something. I got him To Space and Back. This is the book I did a book report on, written by Sally Ride.
Oh my god.
This was the book that that set me on the path and made her one of my personal heroes. I first read this book when I was in first grade. And I found it and got it because he had mentioned that he had kids. So, Sean, we're going to send you, among other things, I'm going to send you a copy to Space and Back that Sally wrote. And thank you for that. That was really cool.
And we are going to give that away. We might as well do it right now in chat. If you're going to spam the keyword, you might as well do it during announcements. And the keyword is D and J for Dick and Johnson. D, the word and, J.
Done.
Not ampersand. It's D.
Dan.
A N D J. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we could use ampersand, so I just went with a safe one.
I don't think so.
And hey, because we're only going to draw from people who've used the keyword, if you, like Sean, can't actually make use of this, go ahead and don't put the keyword in and leave it for somebody who actually has the game, and that's a good way to sort of get that to the right person. We're also going to do another giveaway a little later in the episode for our regular Temporal Agent Pack, which you can get. We also do some giveaways in the Alpha, I think the forum somewhere, and also on Twitter for all these things. Thank you so much to Star Trek Online for your continued support of Dick and Johnson. Oh, no. Well, that too. You can support that as well. Gently, for Shield Tomorrow.
And Vanderpike is snowed in tonight because they're in a blizzard in North Dakota right now. So, So I hope you're staying warm out there, buddy.
And I hope you can actually be watching this.
I hope your power hasn't gone out.
Speaking of sponsors, actually, I should mention that just before we came back from break, you saw a little spot for Weave, which is an RPG that is sponsoring us today. Weave is a sort of rules-light RPG that is played with a combination of a sort of a tarot deck and some dice and an app. And the app allows you to basically reskin the game for any genre you want. So I don't think there's a Star Trek specific one, but there's a space one. But if you get bored with that, you can sort of reskin the whole game by just downloading a different pack to the app and make it your fantasy RPG or whatever. It's called Weave. If you're interested in Weave, which is again, it's very easy. It's probably has a few more rules than All Out of Bubblegum, but not many. We're actually going to play it tomorrow on AXYB with the AXYB girls with the creator of the game. So he's coming here. We're going to play that. It's 9 o'clock tomorrow, which is going to be really great. So thank you to Weave, thank you to Star Trek Online, and does anyone else have any other announcements?
We'll
take them.
One more, the Improvised Generation happening Thursday at 8 p.m. And it's our last one of the year, and we're gearing up for season 4 in 2018.
Nice.
Yeah. What's special about it?
Just it's a show.
Try again. Try again. My inside
It's my birthday.
It'll be a Vulcan birthday. We will promptly gather around you and do this.
Happy birthday to me.
It is
Happiness is an
agreeable that you were born, Talon.
I was born. We have acknowledged it. Now let's get back to work.
Yes.
Bonnie, did you have something real quick? Or are you good?
I was pointing to Sam.
All right, Sam.
My captain's wearing funny clothes. There's a interesting guy I haven't ever actually met sitting next to me, and I'm excited.
All right, so let's get started in this exciting episode. So this episode, a lot of people say this episode's not canonical, and some people say it is canonical. Those people are wrong. It's not canonical, but it also involves time travel. So it could theoretically have happened and then erased itself. We don't know.
Can it be canonical in Dick and Johnson, please?
It's definitely canonical in Dick and Johnson.
All
right.
But then again, Dick and Johnson is the yes and RPG, so it literally is canonical because you asked.
Are we going in the wiki?
It'll be on the wiki. All right, so this is at some point during the time after you left for the Shackleton Expanse, but before you arrived in the Shackleton Expanse. It's sort of a side mission from what you normally have experienced here in the storyline so far. So right now, the Sally Ride is at high warp, traveling towards the Shackleton Expanse down the corridor. You're in a relatively safe period in space, where you're not currently being pursued by any Klingons or anything, and there isn't anything on the sensors. So on a regular, let's just say, first duty shift of the day, who is on the bridge?
All of us were all on Alpha Shift.
I'm driving.
Okay, so everyone's on the bridge. Who would be closest to communications then? Okay, so, all right, so you're at communications, and you start to receive. There's something coming through on the communications. It's an incoming signal, but it's very faint and very distorted, and it's not really making a whole lot of sense.
There's no captain. Who do I?
No, Martinez is here.
Oh,
do you not see that?
When did you do that?
Chief Ren, do you need to get your eyes checked, Chief Ren?
I'm so sorry.
Just schedule an appointment with Dr. Shishiro.
Okay.
I'm literally standing
It's the blackness.
right by my chair.
Sometimes I forget. Captain, there's something.
Would you like to share with the rest of the class, Chief Ren?
I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Sassy.
Put it on screen. Put it on main screen.
On screen.
All right. It is. It's not transmitting visual data. It's just an audio transmission.
I can't do it.
And it might even be just text, but you only need to clean it up somehow. Do you want to try and?
I would love to clean that up.
All right. Make a chew gum roll.
Dang it.
That's less than 8.
That's a good thing.
Listen.
You wanted to
That's
go.
10.
Okay. So lose a gum. It doesn't seem to be getting any clearer.
I don't understand what it is, Captain. Sorry, there's gum in my mouth.
Does anyone else want to try and engage with this signal at all?
It is not.
I have.
What was the question?
Someone's gonna try and clear it up.
Ren can't really seem to get a grasp on what the signal
I
is.
can try.
Okay, go ahead and science it up.
Lieutenant Commander?
This is a chew gum roll.
Science.
I got a 6.
All right, you're able to the signal is coming in very faintly and through some sort of distortion, but you're able to clean it up vaguely, and you realize that it's an automated distress call. It's an automated distress call from an Orion ship.
We've been there before.
It's very faint. It's probably transmitting through atmosphere.
Captain, I've been able to ionize some of the atmospheric interference, and it appears to be an Orion distress signal.
Nice job with that ionization, Lieutenant Commander. What is it saying? Can we make it out?
It appears to be a distress call, a routine distress call.
It's a basic call for help, and if it's automated,
It's
it
on
probably
repeat.
means that the people who are running the ship are no longer conscious to control it.
Commander Rue, any ideas?
Sir, with a distress call from an Orion vessel, I have to recommend that we put a force field around all of our engineering staff, just in case.
What? Why'd you look at me?
To keep them in or out?
To protect, for instance, Dallas.
Who's currently hiding under a bed.
My antenna's root.
Any of you can make a check to triangulate where this distress call is coming from, if you so choose.
I want to run down my gum, I'll do that.
Okay, go ahead and chew gum.
9, good job.
Fail.
Okay. You fire the ship's phasers into space, and that doesn't give you any information as you thought it would. All right, so.
Oh, I'm navigation. I can
like
try and
this
figure
guy.
out
Go
where
for
it's
it.
coming from.
Ensign Sage, do your best.
A 3.
All right.
Where is it coming from? I know.
A couple of quick sensor sweeps, and you're able to figure out that it's actually en route for where you're going. So you'll only have to sort of veer out of the corridor towards the Federation side a little bit to get to this planet, it's basically you don't have to turn around, you don't have to veer off course in any way. If there's nothing there, if it's just like a dispressed buoy, crashed against rocks, you can turn right back around. You'll lose like an hour of your time.
Captain, this is very convenient. It's actually en route to where we're headed.
Well, if it was convenient or not, I'm happy to remind everybody on this bridge that we're Starfleet. That means that our greatest strength is our compassion, but that's also sometimes our greatest weakness. We were going to help them no matter what. So that's what we're going to do.
I want to point out that I love the irreverence of the system, so that I could break character for a second here to point out how deeply Hector is goring into the Martinez role so that he can play it against Dick in a little bit. Really, really setting some tone.
Gorn again.
So, set a course, Captain?
Make it so.
Oh.
Skittles are
Okay.
so loud.
Make a chew gum roll to set the course.
Oh, I set that course. I ate.
Wait.
Is tie? What,
Tie means you get it, but you lose a gum. So you lose a gum, but you did fine.
Good job.
And so that
Captain,
was
I
some
set the course.
that was some creative course setting, but well done.
All
Thank
right.
you, Captain.
In very short order, you're approaching a planet. It is, well, you're approaching a system, but the planet in question is a large planet. It is, I don't know my Star Trek enough to know what type of planet it is. It's M class, but it's mostly desert, so it would be hard living.
Tattoo.
And there's definitely a structure on the planet of some sort, and near that structure, there's some sort of crash site.
Do you like to beam down and away, team sir?
Not yet. I want to take some readings while we're up here in orbit.
I'm ready to science.
Please, Lieutenant Commander, if you can.
I'll do a scan for life
All right.
forms.
Put that in your GIF and meme it. I'm ready to science.
Nicely done.
Two. All right.
Scan those.
So
There
sorry.
is a crashed vessel on the surface. It's near some ruins. It looks like a relatively modern Orion interceptor, which is like the Orion sort of fighter class. Orions, not being the most pragmatic people, tend to use them as shuttles as well. Even though you could never imagine like using a Raptor class fighter to get from place to place. It's a bit of an aggressive
those as
stance.
dump shuttles.
So interceptors tend to have 1-2 crew at best, a small cargo hold. This one definitely came down hard, and some of the debris is spread across the surface as it heads up towards this center of ruins. The ruins are really the only structures on the planet, and it's almost statistically impossible that this ship could have crashed on its own and landed next to them unless they were somehow relevant to the crash.
I almost asked for obtain information.
You can make another roll. You can chew gum if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to.
All right.
I'm gonna ask.
Were there any life signs?
Yeah, did we
Well,
find that out?
it sounds like no. You said.
Go ahead. Scan for
but
him.
that was what I scanned for.
Oh, well then, yes, there are. Sorry. There's one faint life sign.
Okay, one faint life sign, and then
Orion, but beyond that, you don't have any more
one
information.
Orion life sign. The structures. Yeah, I'll see if I got 7.
Okay. What you got for questions?
Yes, I want to know if the structures, how old are they? How long have they been there?
I mean, they're exceptionally ancient, probably well over 1,000 years old. They're obviously, maybe not man-made, but they're certainly not natural constructions. Like it's definitely something somebody built or created, and they are pretty much. It looks like there have been no one has tended to them or been around for several hundred years at least. So they're all in relative disarray.
Okay.
So you said there was one faint life sign.
One faint life sign. We have ancient ruins that appear to have been abandoned. And one Raptor, was it Raptor class Orion
Interceptor.
How old were the ruins?
Thousands of years.
That doesn't seem exceptionally ancient, but I guess that's considered ancient. That's pretty ancient, I guess.
And for this planet to have these ruins so close to the Shackleton Expanse in Klingon space may be significant.
Maybe. In any case, there was a faint life sign, and we're going to go down there and try to help that person.
Love to get down there before it's any fainter.
Sir,
Absolutely. Yes, Commander.
if it's just the one life sign, we could beam it up. It's possible that the ruins themselves had some sort of electromagnetic pulse that caused that ship to crash, given its proximity to the ruins.
Chief Ren, do you think you could lock on to that life signal from here?
I can definitely try, Captain.
Make a chew gum roll.
See if you kill who you're beaming up.
It's a success!
Okay. You do establish a lock, but shortly after you get the lock, before you can energize the beam, some force on the surface basically begins repelling the beam back up.
I had a
So
lock, but it's like the planet's covered in some sort of mirror. It bounces signal right back.
yeah.
That's strange.
Maybe I can try to connect to the distress signal and try to contact through there.
Did it seem like a natural phenomenon, or is there an
This is
intelligence
definitely not
behind this?
natural.
Is there an intelligence behind this repelling that you described?
Can I?
Go ahead, make a chew gum roll.
Did it? Was it natural?
No, well, I mean, it definitely responded to you. So if it was natural, it's intelligent. I mean, if it's like you had the lock and then it threw it off.
I had the lock and then it was thrown off. So I think someone purposely sent it back,
Someone doesn't want us to head down there and maybe help somebody.
It's intelligent naturally.
or it doesn't want to be taken away from the spot it's at.
To my great regret, sir, we may have to go to the planet.
I agree, Commander. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and send an away team.
I'll wait here.
Great, excellent.
It is never this easy to get them to go to another planet.
Well, Eric, take some fucking notes, okay?
You said what I was thinking.
Do you need a pencil?
I was like, Eric, just like, you gotta learn.
Yes, notes taken.
Oh.
I'll just wait here. Have fun, guys. Bye.
Martinez must be at the tactical station because shots fired.
What's up?
Okay.
I know it's not standard
going?
Starfleet
Captain?
protocol, but I'm going to be heading down on that away team, as well as Dr. Shishiros, obviously, Commander Rue, because we need their strength and their brawn, if it comes down to it. Lieutenant Commander Talon, because you have valuable information that you can obtain from scanning the planet.
I would like to scan these ruins. I'm very curious about them.
Interesting. You're curious. That's an interesting emotion. You're experiencing curiosity?
It is an intellectual state of mind. Curiosity.
My mistake, of course, Talon. As well as Chief Wren, you're going to be heading down there too in case we need an emergency beam out. You might be able to
problem.
help with some sort of engineering skills.
Might be able to
And,
fix the ship or
yeah,
take
exactly.
good parts off of it.
And you know what? Fuck it, Ensign Sage, you can come with too. You can come with.
Baby driver, no more.
Just bring a bunch of cream sodas in case we get thirsty.
Yes, Captain. It is a desert planet. We will get parched.
True, and you're the expert on quenching your thirst. All right, I'll see everybody in the transporter room in 5.
Fruit Shiv, you are in charge when we all inevitably die.
It goes. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay, great, let's go.
Okay, so you're in the transporter room. There's a transporter chief there who's, sort of. It's one of the older crew members. He's maybe like in his 60s or 70s.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Why are we
A cheat,
transporting
huh?
when it was just mirrored back when we tried to transport?
We're taking a shuttle, yeah?
I thought
I thought we were taking
driving
a shuttle.
You said transporter room, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Why
You
are
want to take
we?
a shuttle?
Captain,
I don't think we should mirror ourselves.
shouldn't we go to the shuttle bay?
The Interceptor got wrecked, so I don't know that there is necessarily an a priori safe option here.
Yes, but
true.
It's
I'll
kind
be
of still in
driving.
Charybdis.
Oh, but I
Left
don't.
sign, faint.
Let's head to the shuttle, to the shuttle dock.
All right, so you
quickly
all
as possible.
go back out of the transporter room. The old man who had
Maybe
not
one of
had
us
any
makes it.
human contact
Bye,
for
Chief.
We go to
Bye.
Dumpy's shuttle.
he just sort of and then the door's shut and the lights dim naturally because there's no one else in there and he sort of stares
have you
forward.
seen the
He's an
comic, the
animatronic.
O'Brien comic?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like 5
Chief
panels
Chief?
of him saying nothing, and then it's just, I could kill everyone on this ship right now. So bad.
This is Lieutenant Kent, by the way, the old transporter chief. Enjoy that. All right, so
Playing with yourself,
you head
Kent.
back. Which shuttle are you going to take?
Dumpiest shuttle.
Okay.
Oh,
Commander, what's the dumpiest shuttle?
That would be the one that we picked up on Yokvar, sir. We had Dump Shuttle, which is now a greenhouse. Dumpier Shuttle, which met its end on Candace 2.
Dumpish shuttle.
my bad.
And Dumpiest Shuttle
All
from
right.
Yokvar.
Take the dump shuttle. Go ahead and make a piloting check, which is chewing gum, to take her out of the cargo bay. All right. So you're out and heading down towards the planet. There does not seem to be any interference. Nothing is reaching out and trying to swat you out of the sky.
Oh, good.
So within very short order, you are at the surface, near the crash site, near the ruins. Just go ahead and make a chew gum roll to land. All right.
Nice
and
flying,
you
Ensign.
land comfortably, and there you are.
All right, we're here. And you said it was a Class M planet, right? So
Yeah.
it's breathable atmosphere? Okay. All right, everybody. Let's see what we can find.
I pass out cream sodas to everyone.
Nope.
Reflex your undistant safety.
Ration it.
Okay, so there's outside the ship. There's all kinds of atmospheric readings to take. There's also the crash site, which anyone can investigate if they want, and then the ruins are just on the other side of the crash site.
Captain, if you'd like, Chief Wren and I could go and see if there's any salvageable parts in the wreckage.
Yeah, and we're also looking for that life sign.
Oh yeah, that too. Well, I figured the doctor would be on that one.
She's like, no, I said salvageable parts.
Yeah, like an arm, a hand, a foot.
There's got to be a good aria in there.
Yeah.
Ensign, you and Chief Wren head to the wreckage, see what you can find. Doctor, can you try to locate the life sign, please?
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, make a chew gum roll to scan with your tricorder.
9.
Okay, so lose a gum, and you're not getting any scans back.
Hate deserts.
I mean, in
killed them.
theory, the life sign could be in the ship. That's the best you
Probably
got.
in the ship.
You
Let's
should
just
come
go
with
check
us,
the ship.
Doc. Okay.
All right. What is anyone else going to do before we move on from there?
Well, I'm standing by to see if I'm needed, but I'm eyeing those ruins over there.
All right.
I'm doing the same.
Okay.
Lieutenant Commander, you're with me. We're gonna go
Okay.
check out those ruins.
So you go to the ruins. You'll head to the ship. We'll start with you. So you head over. It's an Orion interceptor. They're basically. They sort of have a vaguely aeroplane-ish look. They have long, sort of thin wings, and they're all green. They're made of a sort of green composite metal. This one has definitely come down hard. One of the wings tore off and flew up behind it, and it's pretty well beat up. And much like a sort of World War II bomber, up near the front of the ship is sort of depicted like a gorgeous Orion woman, and then the name of the ship is on the side of it in Orion. Does anyone want to translate? I mean, sure, your universal translators probably will tell you what
I'd
it
like
says.
to try to fail at translating.
Okay, well, you're not there. They went that way and you
they
went that way.
I'll try to
Okay.
Yeah, what does it say? I've been looking at Orion with Jenny. I don't read it.
Lose a gum.
You got that feeling.
It's definitely not a word in the Orion language, really. It's like a sort of phonetic spelling, so you don't recognize it. Does anyone else want to give it a try?
Yeah, this is not
I
one of
gotta
the
try.
books
All right.
that
Okay.
I've been showing Jenny.
Whew, I did it.
Okay. You think you can pronounce it,
6.
and you don't know what it would mean in Orion, but you know what it does. It is strikingly similar to a human English word. It says pizzazz.
What is pizzazz?
I know. Just kidding.
You are there. You can say that.
It's better with Xander. But
Your medical skills.
Someone
Maybe
sub
Tristan.
in.
The sort of crew compartment of the ship is relatively intact, although there's still smoke coming from the wreckage at this point.
Should we knock?
Hello? Rescue team?
Room service.
All right, I'm opening the door.
All right. Go ahead and make a chew gum roll to force it open.
I force it open.
All right, so you press a couple of buttons in the exterior hatch, pops open. In the cockpit of the ship is relatively Spartan, although like most Orion ships, there's like hanging beads and other such terribleness. But the actual
like a
furniture in the ship is
chair.
relatively small. There's a pilot seat and a co-pilot seat. There's like a sort of bench in the back. It's smaller than most internally. It's smaller than most Federation shuttles, and you can see in the pilot seat, sort of slumped over, your old pal Zazrit.
I wanted to go on
Maybe I can wake him with True Love's kiss. Just kidding.
He seems unconscious.
Exactly.
It looks like his head may have collided with the console when it came down.
What is he doing all the way out here?
Can I scan him?
Yeah, go ahead and make a chew gum roll.
I hope she kicks his ass.
Scan.
Okay.
We don't like him.
Yeah, he does have pretty severe head trauma, but he's mostly just knocked out. He's a little concussed, but there's nothing that like modern science can't just sort of basically reverse with a couple of passes and a hypo spray.
Yeah, can I administer a mild stimulant, and etc.?
Yeah, a lot of science MacGuffins happen. Go ahead and make a chew gum roll though.
Science, medicine.
I failed.
Okay, you.
Slap him.
You find yourself waking up
Can I do like cream soda?
with a blast of stimulants, and then you go past waking up to like juicing up, as you basically get like 10 hits of caffeine on top of everything else.
Okay. Lurches to just
Oh dear.
and then just stares dumbfounded at these two. Is it all three of you?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh. He goes, what? No.
Good morning.
Here's my dad. Thank you so much.
This is not even possible.
You've suffered a head injury. Please.
Clearly, I have suffered a head injury.
What brings you to our neck of the woods?
We're not from here.
Oh, where we are. What brings you here?
What's happened?
Sorry, I get nervous. He's not wearing a shirt.
What in the hell?
You crashed.
Yes. How are you here?
You sent out a distress signal.
I did do that, yes, that's right. I was expecting, like, maybe Klingons or something.
Yeah.
Would that have been better?
I have no idea.
You were right. I may have overdone it with the dosage. I don't have a lot of experience with Orion physiology.
Well, let me know if you ever want to learn.
I love learning.
Really? I love teaching.
Okay. Well, let's get you back to Sally Ride.
Oh,
So-
God. I don't understand how it's possible that I have crossed paths with you again. I don't understand that.
Happy to see you too.
Captain?
I don't understand any of this.
Martinez here.
You should probably come see our friend.
Oh, he brought him on an away mission?
What's wrong?
He left the comfort of his chair, did he?
Can you hear him?
We have company again.
Wait. Hang on, Badge.
He's stupid.
Play that back again,
He's
Badge.
sexy.
It plays it back.
Oh, shit.
We have company again.
You've got to be kidding me. Is that Zazaret?
Ding ding. Maybe. Captain says hi.
Oh, hello. How's your blue boy doing? Better, I hope? Has he doing better since he got back?
All right, Doctor, you need to keep him away from Ensign Sage. Go ahead and tie him up, restrain him, and we're going to be taking him up to the ship after.
Very sorry, Zazaret.
When you point the phaser, he's like, you were seriously going to stun me right now? You brought me back from consciousness just to knock me out?
Just stand still.
I'm sitting.
Good. I mean, yes, sit. Brew?
So
I'm sorry, how did I become a threat in the time span of 5 seconds?
We're on our way, Doctor.
we're gonna jump away from them for a second. So meanwhile, the three of you just basically crested the sort of rise towards the ruins. And these ruins are basically like, it looks like the corners of a few buildings and a few other things, but the centerpiece of the ruins is like a large, sort of lightly diamond-shaped, but otherwise hollow structure. It looks like almost like a geode that someone cored the outside of, but it's easily man-sized. You could jump through the middle of it, but you wouldn't necessarily want to because the middle of it is a swirling mass of clouds and light. And the whole thing has like a sort of strange, weird metal veneer about it. It definitely looks like it's made of a lot of like exotic materials, and it has one of the even with a cursory scan, it has an incredibly powerful energy signature, and that's what you see just as you're getting the note that Zazaret is back on the shuttle on the in the Pizzazz wreckage.
The Pizzazret!
You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
Something's coming to Captain Martinez. Some sort of classified intel that captains know at the captain level, mixed with some of my boyhood reading.
Make a chew gum roll.
Oh, okay.
Something's coming. I don't know what it is,
5.
but it is
All right.
going to be green.
You do recognize this as being strikingly similar to stories you've heard about the Guardian of Forever.
Oh my god.
And you remember some official and some apocryphal stories that Kirk and his crew used it to transit time.
That's true. And that it was cordoned off. It is extremely off limits.
Yeah, the Gateway, the planet that it's on, is definitely not someplace you can visit easily. It's only for like the highest security level. Basically, after the Guardian of Forever was discovered, it became a tourist destination of all things, and then it was eventually just secured by the government.
That's correct, yes.
So this is not that, though. It has a different shape than you remember,
it could
anyway.
be similar. It could be. It could have been made by the same ancient aliens. I mean, these things have been around for eons and have vast intelligences. Wow.
It's definitely there, and it's definitely active.
I'm going to approach it.
All right.
I'm going to say...
I'm also just scanning
You're
at the
scanning
same
it?
time, hopefully.
Commander,
Sir?
this could be incredibly dangerous. But at the same time, we did just apprehend Orion slave trader and notoriously sexy guy, Sazrit. If you need to go back and make sure that the rest of the crew is okay, you have my permission.
I think we're doing okay.
Yes, sir. Make good choices while I'm gone.
All right, so you head back.
I'm going to them.
All right,
Can I
we'll
roll
catch
to
up with that.
traverse
What's that?
The desert, because sand and crutches go really poorly together.
Go ahead and make a chew gum roll to do it.
Damn it, I do.
All right, you relatively quickly head across towards the crash site. Still pausing on you. So you walk up towards it.
Hello?
Captain Martinez. It seems my gambit paid off. So sort of alien voice that's very, it's a little tinny, it's almost robotic, but it definitely has a sort of personality.
You know of me?
I know of all things in time.
Are you a guardian of forever?
The guardian of forever, as you call it, is my brother. I am Brian Forever. It's a Dick and Johnson episode, guys. What do you think it was going to be?
Is he a protector of soon, rather than a guardian forever?
Brian.
Yes, Captain.
It is an honor to make contact with you. I come on behalf of the United Federation of Planets, and we come in peace, obviously.
I appreciate your kind greetings, Captain.
I appreciate you.
But I have actually
great.
brought you here with specific purpose.
What is it that's happening, Brian? How can we be of assistance to you, Brian?
It is I who can assist you. There is a time displacement. There is a threat from the future that has, through means even unknown to me, traveled back into the past to threaten the important time element, the crew of the Sally Ride. I brought you here with hopes of helping you, as this time remnant is unnatural, so that you may continue on the timeline that you were destined to travel.
Did someone or something enter you, Brian?
I was not responsible for this time remnant, but I can use my powers to counteract it.
How can I help? How can we help?
I've searched my knowledge for the exact object or individuals necessary to help you in your upcoming time of need. I will give you now the two sources of your salvation. And then like the sort of energy vortex and clouds in it move.
You mean and then our theme song starts playing?
Yes, yes. The Dick and Johnson theme song definitely starts playing.
Dick and Johnson.
A half-drunk beer can goes flying out from the clouds.
Slow-mo bullet time.
Yes.
Shit.
And then jumping out.
Salon deflects it.
Make a kick-ass roll.
No, it hits you right in the head.
Beer spills on your uniform. Stepping out from from Brian of Forever is Dick and Johnson, heroes of now time and space.
I immediately throw up. What was that?
Oh my God.
Where are we?
What the hell?
How did we do that?
When did it, huh?
I was halfway through that beer.
I was done with my beer. I was on my way to get another beer.
We're supposed to drink our beers perfectly in sync. What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, I got excited.
Next time, don't.
You're being
What
scanned.
the hell?
What are you doing?
We're gonna jump from that back to this crew for a second. So as you are holding Sazrit at clumsy gunpoint,
I'm holding him at phaser.
Rue comes.
You're holding his gun.
You're approaching the shuttle, the interceptor. Do you want to just go in, or do you have some sort of strategic advance you want to plan?
I do have two tactics.
Okay.
Actually, I've never really named my crutches.
Okay.
But those are my tactics.
All right. You can name
Left and
Rue's
right.
crutches. Just submit.
Nice.
Hashtag
You can try.
my tactics. All right, so
Hashtag tactical reasons.
all
And
right.
speaking of tactical reasons,
All right, so in comes Rue.
Okay, and at that point, I'm just like, look, could you at least do something to counteract the spray you gave me? I
Yes,
feel like
of
I've had
course.
30
Spraying.
Ractaginos.
Thank goodness.
Oh, Commander Evil Eyes. It's good to see you again.
pleasure.
It's Zazarin. Zazarin's here.
Sage,
I'm supposed to restrain him, but I think I need to administer some more treatment because I may have overdone it slightly on the stimulant to...
Slightly.
phaser down.
Thank you.
Hypo spray up. I'll take care of him if he needs taken care of.
I'll restrain myself, and
That'll be a first.
no,
I really like your beads.
thank you. They're not mine.
Oh, do you mind if I...
Don't take them.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Where did you come by this vessel?
There was a disagreement between me and the missus.
Oh, so sorry to hear that.
Me too.
Sage,
Make a chew gum roll to administer medical treatment.
Yep. Maybe correctly this time? Yes, correctly this time.
Right.
So I see my pulse come
Yes.
down like, thank you.
Your humors have been regulated. All right.
feeling more sanguine about the whole affair.
Can you give me one? Because my pulse is also very high right now.
Sage, my goodness. The desert must be having an effect on you.
I need another cream soda.
Well, I am ready now for condescending conversations with your captain and a brig, I believe. Am I right? Shall we get underway?
Let's.
Do you return to the shuttle or head back up to where the science team is?
We're going to head back to the shuttle, get you all squared away, and then see what the captain has gotten himself up to.
I volunteer to guard him, Commander.
I'm sure you do.
Are you going to try and sort of lock him there in some way?
I don't think shuttles have those facilities. I think it will just require ongoing monitoring.
All right.
You could create a force field.
Apparently,
Right.
Sage likes to watch. Zazarin.
Hey, you.
Look, let her have her fangirl moment, okay? She doesn't get any action.
Okay, so just to fast track, who stays with Zazarin and who returns back to the group?
I don't think Commander is going to let me stay with Zazarin.
No,
I'm staying.
You and I can both
I'm
stay
collecting
with Zazarin.
beads and trinkets from this place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to stay or go?
You're looting the room.
I'm looting the room.
Yes, I'm...
There's spice in the back if you want to help yourself.
A spice?
Yes.
Scan it before you take it.
It's like,
It'll ruin the fun if you find out what it is
doing
before you
spice?
take it.
Then you really need to scan it because it's probably drugs.
It's definitely drugs.
is it a Dune spice?
Please use caution.
I'm not, nope. I'll just... No, I
Leave
won't
without
take
the
it.
drugs.
I don't blame you.
That was good.
All right, you're eventually able to extract Zazarin from his ship and return him to the shuttle, where who watches him?
Me.
Probably
Those
the
two.
doctor, head wound and all.
Oh, yeah.
Good question. When we last parted ways, we were friends. Has that changed? Is there something I should be aware of?
As far as I know, nothing has changed.
Just wondering why I'm staring down the barrel of a phaser, but maybe it's just to make me feel like, give me a sense of familiarity with you all again, I suppose.
We're just... Why are you crashed on this planet?
Well, I'm actually still trying to figure that part out myself.
You forgot.
Mostly, yes.
Was it the spice?
No, I don't do the spice. That's all the X.
That's a different kind of spice.
X, you say?
Yes.
Cool.
Ecstasy.
All right. Meanwhile, back at the at Brian Forever. So Dick and Johnson, do you want to scan Dick and Johnson? That's alone.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make
Yeah, I
a
do.
chew gum roll.
What do you do with your remote control?
Oh, I meant so I eat one, but I succeed?
Yes.
Okay.
These are the two most perfect human specimens that you have ever scanned.
Trying to DVR us? What's happening?
Yeah, you're trying to TiVo us, pause.
I do not understand those words or letters you were saying. You appear to be human, but you are making strange sounds.
Beep, boop, boop, boop. I'm playing into it now.
Yeah, I know, that's right. Hey, how come your ears are weird?
I was going to ask that same
these
thing.
are humans, but they do not seem to have the same level of intelligence that you have.
That's obvious.
Whatever, dude.
Other than one of them being strikingly handsome, they seem to be completely
What's this
ordinary.
one of them nonsense?
Yeah, dude, I'm handsome too, bro. You're an idiot, apparently.
Captain, that one might be your relative.
Whoa.
You look very similar.
Oh my god.
I don't like this. This
I see
is
it.
freaking me
I
out.
see it.
This is so weird.
Captain, can I roll for
Yes.
genetics?
Lieutenant Commander, yes.
can.
Genetically scan them.
Oh, I didn't succeed.
Dick, try and talk like a nerd real
I
fast.
guess I lose one too.
Okay, cool. The circumference of
Oh
the
my god,
hypothesis.
y'all are the same.
Right? I know. We're exactly the same.
You guys are the same.
Lieutenant Commander,
I want to try now.
Okay,
Hey,
you
don't,
do
hey, space is crazy.
We're up in space. Hey, man.
All right.
Okay, all right. Brian forever.
Yes.
Who did you send us?
Brian forever? What?
This is Dick and Johnson, the great heroes of their time.
Oh, he knows that.
Oh, that's right. What's up, Brian? How
Hey,
you doing,
Bri.
Bri guy?
Bye, bye.
Like
These are
a
heroes?
cloudy high five fist appears.
We just high-fived a cloud in space.
Didn't know you could do that.
Pretty
until
cool.
Just now.
We just did it.
Captain Martinez, Talon, you must hurry and return to your ship. The threat I warned you about approaches. Only with the help of Dick and Johnson can you survive it.
You crashed Zazaret's ship, right? You brought him here to bring us here?
Yes, I knew you could not resist his call.
Brian, what other
Yeah.
information can you give us? Yeah, dude, what the hell are we doing here? Who's Brian? Where do we come from? And when am I going to have a beer again?
Who sent us?
Who sent us?
Who
Who
sent us?
sent us? Who the fuck sent us,
Who the
Brian?
fuck sent
Brian,
us?
who the fuck sent us?
I sent you. I am Brian forever.
You know
Brian
do you know the
forever.
chief? How's this happening? We're like,
Where's the chief? I'm scared.
you talking to our
You
agent?
use the word heroes. Are you quite sure?
That Vulcan shade.
But like real quick. You don't even know.
Yes, Dick and Johnson's exploits were mostly lost to history, but
What?
their true activities were some of the most heroic of their time.
Where
who
are
lost
we?
us to history? What happened?
Captain,
When
I believe
are
they
we?
are from the past.
That would make a lot of sense. They have
Yeah, definitely not.
early 21st century clothing on.
It must
seems
have been a
like.
simpler time.
It's my denim jacket. Y'all got these?
No, we actually have.
I look like dorks.
Doesn't matter. Really?
Yeah.
This is the most breathable.
You're all wearing turtlenecks.
I'm not gonna
You're
get into
all
it.
wearing
You
turtlenecks.
will probably overheat very soon because we are on a desert planet.
Then we'll just take our shirts off
This
and we
thing
have abs.
breathes.
Yeah, this thing breathes, dude. It's breathable. What year is this?
At this point, Rue and
are we?
I mean, is it just Rue that came back, or did you force Sage to come with you?
Are we all coming? Am I the only one guarding him?
Oh, a little bird.
I'm just saying.
right.
No,
was.
certainly the three of us.
I'm a
I was
servant.
waiting. I don't know how long that
Mala
took me.
because she has a bead-like trust with her. I understood.
I was looting, like, you know, the,
we all went
the
back-
equipment and the beads.
it. I was looting the shit out of
I
his
was
shovel.
looting a lot of things. I wanted like all the tech.
We all went
so-
back to the shuttle. I will comms the captain. Sir, we have your significant Orion on board.
All right. Well, I have a feeling.
Is that Rue?
Wait, who are you? Head on
Yeah.
still.
Yes.
You
It's
still-
Say hi to
Yeah.
Rue.
You gotta be on it. Come on. Why are you talking all dumb again?
Who is that?
I don't know, dude. I just tried out.
For
Yeah,
sure.
it's
Hey,
me, the captain.
They all listened
Okay,
to you
stop
for a second. It was crazy.
Dick, cut it out. All right, dude. I'm just trying to have a good time. Shit, man. I finished my beer and stuff,
Captain,
man.
do you
don't
want me
have to
to
listen to
neutralize him?
I don't think that's going to be necessary. Look, Commander Rue, I
You
think we
neutral as anybody.
easy, easy,
I'm sorry.
Johnson, right?
Yes.
All right.
Got a great memory.
Stupid. Yeah, I have a very good memory. That's why I'm the captain of it.
That's
Commander
what
Rue.
it takes. You
Yes,
just have to
sir.
have a good memory.
Yes, that's part of it. Shut up. We just found the source of the distress. I have a feeling that we'll be able to beam back aboard safely, right, Brian?
Yes.
That's right,
I
I
have
thought. Okay.
ceased to interfere with your transporter
Yes.
beams.
Go ahead and bring the shuttle up, and we can just beam everybody else up to the ship.
Hey, Dick.
Hi, sir.
Hey, Dick.
Yeah, man.
Your great grandson's kind of an asshole.
No, dude. I thought he'd be way cooler.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not nice.
I don't know. I figure it must be like 1,000 years in the future to make it so that my progeny's this much of a dick.
That's what I'm saying.
I heard everything you just said, dude. You never told me what year it was, man.
It is 2372.
We're already back on the side.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, Captain, are you coming?
The shuttle definitely takes off while this conversation is happening.
Oh yeah, we're there.
The year
Did we pick price up or-
23,000.
No, they're
No.
beaming up
Okay.
separately because reasons.
2,300.
Oh.
72.
2,300,000
Approximately
years in the
250 years.
So many. Do y'all still have Dippin' Dots?
250 years.
Pause.
Captain, it is like
Time out,
speaking to animals.
Y'all still have Dippin' Dots?
Y'all still on that
They
Dippin'
seem
Dots?
to be intoxicated, Captain.
Lieutenant Commander, wait,
Oh my
I'm
God,
curious
I
about
wish.
this Dippin' Dots. What is this?
As,
dude.
As this conversation continues, the transporter
isn't the
beams
future.
engage and bring you all back up to the ship. By the time you get to the ship, you all arrive a little bit earlier than them because they were still arguing on the planet. There's actually like sort of a comm open to you as you arrive. It's an ensign that was left on the bridge in one of your stations. It's Ensign Marks.
I throw up again when we beam up.
Okay. All right. Commander,
What do you want from
anyone?
me? This is all very new.
Yes, this is Commander Rick.
There's a ship out here. It's real big.
Could you give me perhaps just a little bit more than that?
I'm trying. It does. I mean, it bears some resemblance to. I really feel like there's people better than me that could be handling
Ensign,
this.
this is Captain Martinez. We're on our way.
All right, you're transporting up.
We're all running to the bridge.
Running.
Okay.
All right,
running.
With
You-
lots of beads wrapped
that
around
it?
my shoulders.
you come with me. I need to keep an eye on you.
Damn it.
It's about time.
All right. So by the time you get to the bridge, and
Whoa.
all of you get to the bridge, Dick and Johnson and Zazaret in tow.
Lark never gets any love.
You see out the front viewport, heading at you in rapid speed, is a gigantic sort of two crescents joined together by a crossbar, sort of huge, unusual ship. And it doesn't have any markings you recognize.
I'd love to fail at scanning the database.
Go for it.
Damn it! I scanned the database.
Wow.
Commander, what are we looking at here?
I got a 1 on the roll to figure out what it was.
Okay, well then you definitely know. It bears every resemblance to a Breen ship. Breen are isolationists, so it's not very common to see them.
And in Klingon space at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sir, it appears to be a large Breen vessel far, far away from home.
That's not green.
I followed Rue. I'm on the bridge
Yeah,
then as
you're
well.
right there.
Are we all on
Oh
bridge?
yeah, you are within
Zazaret?
We're all there.
Who?
Are we in space now?
right.
Like we were down there, now we're in space?
Yeah, what in the hell happened? There was like lots of flashlights in front of our eyes, and now
whole mess of flashlights.
are we in space?
You are on a
Does that
Starfleet
man have throw up
vessel.
on
You
it?
just have to warn me sometimes. Just like tell me
Doctor, I
if
think
I'm
that
gonna
man's
go
sick.
through
Are
something.
You ill?
I'm fine now. I had a beer when I got back. We're good.
Are you a doctor, or are you
feeling
like
better.
a Shrek Smurf hybrid? Like, what's happening over here? What's
What is
going on?
Shrek
Understand your
Smurf?
That is a good point. Have you seen Shrek?
Have you seen Shrek 2?
Somebody once
told me the world was. Tell me that survived 23,000 years.
Are the translators
2,300
working
or
properly?
250 years.
I can't believe it's been 2 million years.
This is crazy,
Sir, they're talking a lot. I can take them all out right now.
No, it's fine. They're
luck
they're
taking
heroes
us out.
from in Earth's past. They were sent to us by
I'm sorry.
by a guardian of forever down on the planet.
This explains a lot.
Yes, he
This explains
manipulated
nothing.
he manipulated you, Zazaret, to crash on the planet to bring us here because we apparently need
His name's
these
Brian.
buffoons. Yeah, the dude's name was Brian, guy. Okay,
Yeah,
get it
Brian,
right. Brian
right.
guy sent us from the past. We were enjoying some beers. I'm Dickamus Ryder. This is Johnson Hopper. We've been best friends since kindergarten. Hello, people on a spaceship.
Hello.
Hi. What's
How
a
y'all doing?
kindergarten?
Is anyone anywhere
Y'all
near
didn't
the
do
sensors?
kindergarten?
What? What?
Is anyone near the sensors during all this?
Lieutenant Commander,
Are
kerfuffle?
these
Always
sensors?
near
Should I
the
do
All right, go ahead and make a choose
Guys,
roll to
real quick,
scan.
what buttons can I
Oh
press?
goodness, I'm getting low.
Please don't press anything.
Come on, please, one.
No.
Lieutenant Commander,
Okay.
what have you got?
Nothing. There's a flashing light on it, but you can't even be bothered to pay attention. Lose a gum from that film.
At that point, I'm gonna think,
I'm low.
does anybody notice the Breen warship that's on the screen in front of us right now?
Yes, we noticed
I
it,
did notice
Zazaret.
it, yes.
Just
I wanna
like we
see if
noticed
they're
your very
signaling
sexy
us.
body,
Go ahead.
okay?
Yeah. Are you cold?
I almost tried to
Would you
roll
like
with a
no one else
skill.
noticed or something?
Yes. That would be nice.
I get it.
Okay.
Right? Wait, no.
What
no,
we
I
tried
I don't know who
don't. I
this
don't
dude
get
is,
it.
but I like him.
I'm gonna have to go.
This dude out here looks badass.
It's a common sentiment.
They're not sending. They're not sending
There's
any
no
signals,
signals,
to you, Greg.
Captain. I don't understand.
However, they're coming in fast and with an attack posture.
We're under
Red
attack.
alert.
I'm just gonna like
Red alert.
Shields up.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that is a terrible noise. What is that?
Sax.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I got this action here.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
try it out. This way.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. All right. This
No,
is
this
the
is
best
real bad.
able.
Here, let me just update y'all's. Here we go. Now it is better. Diddly-doo, diddly-doo,
Make a chew gum roll.
Diddle-oo-doo, diddle-oo-doo, diddle-oo-doo.
9. I couldn't hack a spaceship. Come on. I can't do it, Johnson.
That's literally
We weren't
worst
hacking
sound
last
in
night.
the history of the universe.
You're unable to change the red alert sound to the Nokia tone.
I'll do it.
Hey.
At this point, Zazra just says, I'm still unconscious in the shuttle, aren't I? That's what this is.
Has Zazard ever seen a Breen ship before?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This one definitely has more to it than your average Breen ship. Go ahead and make a chew gum roll.
3.
Okay, there's a lot of like sort of extraneous like pods and equipment on the ship that you've never seen on a Breen ship before. It looks like it's like a whole nother level. Like it may not be at. It has more tech than you'd think a Breen ship would have.
Wait, did I do spice?
Do you spice?
Wait, y'all got spice? What's
I
spice?
checked. It was full.
Time out. What spice?
Spice.
All right.
Zazza, do you have something to contribute or not?
Yes, that's a Breen vessel that's in attack posture and it's been heavily modified.
Okay.
So mostly no.
Modified.
Okay. If you want to disregard all of the tactical information I just gave you, then I suppose no, I don't have anything to tell you.
Modified.
It was very helpful, thank you.
Oh, it's modified.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think they modified it.
Apparently, looks like they pimped that ride.
Captain, I feel like I am losing
not
my
pool table?
intelligence being around these two.
I share the sentiment. I'm forgetting my own words.
I can
It
hear
might be a
you.
space-time continuum thing.
It means nothing, does it?
The Breen ship lays a spread of disruptor blasts across the bow of the Sally Ride.
Ensign, not trying to hit us at all?
Does anyone want to make a chew gum roll for the ship to avoid damage?
Yes. I will. I
Okay.
can. I will do
Actually,
evasive
sorry,
maneuver.
kick-ass.
Oh! I can, funny enough.
Evasive maneuver.
Can I do
Someone.
evasive
I meant
maneuver?
the thing.
Oh,
Okay.
then you lose a gum, but you succeed.
Okay.
Great.
All right, so you quickly jump on a console and sort of change the attitude of the ship, and the blasts sort of like pass through, or they hit the shields.
Oh,
Maybe
hell
lose a
no.
few percentage points. It's not bad.
I'm like running.
Can we?
Tell them.
Can we go kill them?
No, sit and just don't
can do it from
injure
here.
yourself.
Sounds like y'all need some ass kickers.
Yeah,
is
we
what you
should
need.
probably. Do y'all have like? Can we just go, please?
Is there like a Budweiser on the ship so that we can crack it open and do our jobs?
Yeah,
No,
where's the bar?
Martinez, it
What is a
sounds like your friends
Budweiser?
want you to beam them aboard their ship.
Where's the
Maybe
bar
you should
car?
help them.
At that,
Stupid
the
thing.
Breen ship
Exaggerate.
comes back around again, and a large sort of pale white blast of energy emerges from both of the sort of large sort of hull sections, and the energy splashes over the ship, and instantly all the systems start shutting down.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
bad.
What
This
Mr.
is bad.
Forever said.
I forgot that Breen do this.
So
Wait,
and
what?
then you see like
Tactical information we need.
yeah, lights are like flickering off. The shields are instantly down. The whole like basically.
Shields are down?
Oh yeah, the shields are down. You're like
Chief?
reaching the
Do what
consoles.
they want. Shields back up.
Are y'all okay? Is this a good thing? Like, do we like that this is
No.
happening?
Make a
Can
chew
Chief
gum roll.
can Chief and I try and get everything back?
Shields
How
are
much
back
does the
up.
All right,
Federation
you
know
managed
about
to
Breen?
you managed to get the shields back up,
you know?
but while you're doing it, you can't help but
mysterious.
think that maybe something transported in
Pretty
along,
mysterious,
like
Josh.
while during the brief moment that you had shields down.
Captain, the shields are back up, but there's, I think, something beamed aboard.
Forgive me. I was under the assumption that the Federation knew about the Breen weaponry. They have the capacity to completely shut down systems and disable warships.
Yeah.
Can I roll to recall things about Breen weaponry and hopefully fail?
I apologize,
You
Captain.
can, and I'll go ahead and
assumed
auto fail
you
you on
had
that because
intelligence.
this is before the Federation knew that.
All right.
One of the few things about the set canon of Star Trek is you can't have known things that don't exist.
Yep, it's true.
So there have definitely been incoming transports from the Breen ship, and you start getting like comm badge calls from all over the ship because the internal ship's communications are down, but the comm badges have their own power.
I'm gonna drop everything.
So,
I
but it's
own.
coming in like like it's a lot. Like, Captain, we have a problem here. Deck 5. Oh my God, it's got a horn. And it's just like, and then eventually whatever this dampening field is hits the comm badges too.
Chief, lock this ship down. Doctor, get to
Locking
medbay
it.
immediately.
I got blunt
There's
weapons.
Tazi.
Captain, it sounds like we need to deal with borders.
Yes, that's the plan.
All right.
Yes, Doctor.
How are you? Your comm badge won't work, so you
Right,
can't reach
I
them.
know. I just.
I'm locking
How are you
everything.
getting back to sickbay?
I mean, I guess I'm walking.
All right.
I will make sure to keep those doors open.
Do you want to try for a turbo lift, or do you want to try and go down the Jeffries tubes from the bridge? If anyone in this whole world would know, Sam, is there a regular hallway that goes back to the ship from the bridge level, or do you have to take
not from deck 1 to deck 5.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to either try the turbo lift or open up a Jeffries.
Now we're back in the turbo lift.
I don't know what any of this.
The turbo lifts are down right now?
You locked
I
the
don't
ship
know. They
down.
turned everything down. I just want to make sure that it's up and running. It doesn't
They
break
might
while
go
you're
down
inside
again
of it.
and
You
get
lock the ship
stuck in
down.
turbo
I'll do
lift.
the turbo lift.
Okay.
Okay.
I locked the ship down.
Okay.
And I got your turbo lift. Go,
All right.
Dom, go!
The turbo lift doors open, and inside is a 9-foot white gorilla with a horn
Don't
1
go.
foot higher on top of its head.
What the hell is that thing doing?
Oh my god, it looks like Mugatu from Zoolander, dude. Let's kick its ass.
That's so
My
cool.
translators are not working at all.
That's what I think it is.
What's a Mugatu?
It is a Mugatu.
Oh my god.
Which is a famous poisonous ape monster.
Justin Throw, put on that
We're
song.
bringing out all the
Relax. Don't
original
do it.
series beasties. Yeah, Zazred goes, oh, no.
Everybody stand back. Let some American heroes do their jobs.
All right, it instantly charges into the room. What do you want to do?
Oh, bring it, dude. I'm gonna grab its nuts. Squeeze real hard.
Roll to
grab
kick
its
ass.
nuts.
Okay, roll to kick ass.
Mugatu's got
That's an 8. I did it.
All right, you grab its nuts. You can see it
What's up, Mugatu? Where the fuck do you think you're going, bro? I'm gonna squeeze them plums.
make another kick ass roll.
1. Ooh, it got me.
Headbutts you hard in the face with its horn.
Okay.
And you fly over the sort of bridge council. You know, what is it tactical back there on a
Auxiliary tactical.
Yeah, over the Aux Tactical Council and into the chairs sort of below. The thing Worf does every time he tries to do anything. You fall over furniture and onto the floor.
Like, Johnson, avenge me!
What do you want to do?
Are you dead?
I'm just gonna go, for God's sake, and I snatch Throlo's phaser off of her. And I'm
Roll
gonna
the
set
kick
it-
ass.
I'll set it to kill.
I was like, Captain, take us down.
3.
All right, you lightly brush Throlo's thigh as you try for the phaser. What the heck? You're not entirely sure what was happening there. What does anyone else want to do?
Is there a chair that I can chuck it in? Can I?
Yes.
I'm gonna run to a console and try and get a force field around it.
All right, make a kick-ass roll, make a chew gum roll.
Oh, fuck me! I force filled myself inside.
I also got a 1, so I hit myself with the chair.
Can we switch dice? What happened?
You try to pull the chair, but
your
basically
gum,
you
guys. Eat your
overbalance and it sort of pulls your arm out of the socket. You lose a gum.
Oh.
You do put yourself in a force field
Crap.
at the station that controls force field, so now no one can get to that. What do you want to do,
That was
Johnson?
an accident.
I jump up on top of this Mugatu and I wrap my arms and legs around it and I start biting its ear.
Okay.
Which is a trick that you do with cows. And
I don't know if y'all know this.
I just have this. I don't know if y'all know this.
Really?
Yeah.
I know that.
Yes.
What does it do
I'm
with
gonna lie.
cows?
I don't know.
They don't like
It
it.
pisses them off. If you need a trick to how to piss off a cow,
I'm just gonna tell you.
10 trips to do to cows.
I come from a family of cattle ranchers in real life, and I can tell you cows don't like it when you bite them anywhere.
Yeah.
Like when you got them down, you bite them in the ear, they won't move.
It's true.
Okay.
They will pause.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll a kick-ass roll.
I don't think it's a cow.
4, I don't do that.
Okay,
Pause.
you
got
jump
ears.
up and try to bite its ear. It is super poisonous.
I'm just doing what I can.
It reaches up and scratches you, and you become poisoned.
Oh no!
Rue?
I toss Zazret his knife so he stops groping my medical officer, and I'm going to charge the Mugatu.
As I catch it, I'm gonna be like, "Do you work out, by the way?"
All right,
And you.
roll the kick-ass.
Come on.
All right, so what are you doing to it?
I'm going
it.
to thwap it with crutches repeatedly.
Okay.
In I guess the nuts that were previously softened as a
All right.
target.
Plums.
You thwack it repeatedly in the nuts, and also about its head and face, and it looks like it's not doing really well. What does Zazred do?
I'm going to explore the inside of its brain with the blade of a knife.
Roll the kick-ass.
Yeah.
Gross.
10.
All right, you do it. Zazred.
Hold this. Slam it into a skull.
Zazred rather impressively murders this Mugato, and it sort of falls dead. You're still in a force field.
Sage out of. I take her out.
Okay,
I don't know
roll
what
the
I
chew
did.
gum.
Thank you.
I may not get you out.
That's
I'm
okay.
pretty low on Skittles.
You guys have any business?
I tie, so I get you out.
Yeah,
but
all
I
right.
eat.
The shield goes
Now you're
down.
ass kicker, Mala. Well,
Yeah, I can't wait.
This species, is it sentient?
Not anymore.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's certainly a moot point at this stage. It's definitely dead. Like not easy to bring back dead because its brain was stabbed.
That part I'm clear on.
You are a doctor, but it is. It's not really. It's more of a sort of an animal, like an animal level life form.
Yeah,
All right, can I
found its
see
way
the one who
aboard
got bit?
our ship.
Oh yeah, sorry. Johnson is definitely
No, what the hell are you doing? My friend's poison. You need me to suck the poison out, dude?
Stay still.
I'll suck it out, bro. Help my friend.
I do not advise that.
Oh shit, I got the poison in my mouth too.
Just gonna pause while this is happening. Really?
Like some
Take the knife back.
Y'all have been drilling face.
As he pulls the knife out, he just kind of hands it back to Rue as she's watching this. And goes, really?
They're trying to help, but we got hurt.
You can refrain from spreading your fluids to any other members of the
I'm crying. I'm crying a lot.
I would like to Vulcan nerve pitch one of them.
Okay, go ahead. Kick ass.
Zazrin is.
Dang it.
I'm gonna make a mental note to write a thank you letter to the dead animal for paralyzing their tongue.
Okay, your their bodies are so bloated by the poison that your Vulcan neck pinch can't connect.
Vulcan nerve pinch them.
This is pure chaos.
No, it didn't work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Do you want to?
Wait, I'm gonna go grab cream soda. They're immune.
Here, wash the
No,
poison
all right.
down.
Sure, the doctor is unable to treat you medically.
I take a Budweiser.
Okay.
It's cream soda.
All right. As often happens in this game, drinking 2 Budweisers causes any ailment to go away.
Oh
my god! Oh my goodness! I feel so much better.
On the other hand, Rue just saw you with alcohol.
And you're
I pick up Peter Pepper.
We're good. We got our tongues back. We just needed a bud.
I'm not familiar with this method of treatment.
Internal systems are back up.
Whenever you need it.
What is it?
Drink it. It's happy juice.
What are its medicinal properties?
All of them.
Hops.
Does it taste like cream soda?
Tastes like kind of like.
It looks like cream soda.
Imagine cream soda.
What do you want to do?
Like
I'd
a
love to
pea.
fail to scan for more borders.
Go ahead and make a scan roll.
Oh yeah, there's probably multiple.
I do.
All right. There are definitely animal life forms on multiple decks. It's like the Breen ship, like transported over a zoo.
This isn't the last
Are they all
of them.
Mugatus?
There are more.
There are no more Rugatus on board, but there are a bunch of other animals. The scan isn't exactly precise, but it looks like there's probably things like sea lats and Klingon monster dogs and other sort of like.
Are there any on the shuttle bay?
What's that?
Are there any in the shuttle bay?
Make a scan of your own if you want to try and figure that out.
No!
Or have someone do it for you.
I'm really bad at chewing gum now.
What are we
Oh my
doing?
god! Are there any animals on the shuttle bay?
No, because there were not any humanoid life forms there, so they didn't beam any in that direction.
So,
But she's in cargo bay
why
too,
are
not
you
in the
so
shuttle bay.
fascinated with
Shoot.
the shuttle bay?
Wait,
Why are you so interested in protecting your
Shut up, Zazrit.
Tactical reasons.
Can y'all just tell me who the
I'm not saying that out
But at
loud.
this
I thought
point,
you were shouting that.
the Breen ship has like ejected sort of long tether-like tentacles from one of its like many sort of
Oh, no, it
pods
did not.
that have connected to the body of the Sally Ride and are clearly either immobilizing it further or they're like pulling resources out of it. It's not clear, but you're definitely physically connected
Is
to
our
the
energy
ship.
still depleted?
Well, the internal systems are coming back online, but there's nothing to stop it from firing at you again.
Can I try and fly the ship and pull it away from these tethers?
You can try the exterior, like the engines and the exterior sensors aren't really up, but if you make a roll, you'll get something out of it.
Do what you can,
5?
Ensign.
What do you have?
6.
Okay. You managed to sort of like pull the ship back. You're getting basic like attitude control. The inertial. Not inertial, what I'm talking. The impulse thrusters are back up, but whatever this is holding you really fast.
Captain, their tentacles are too strong. Whatever those things are.
May I make a suggestion?
Please, Zazrit.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Use that impressive deflector dish of yours to create a gravitational pulse and punch them backwards.
What he said.
Chief, is that possible?
Hey, what do you need to do?
What?
You've got a
I think,
secondary deflector dish.
that could work.
Okay.
Is that a chew gum roll or an attack roll?
I'll say
Can
it's
I
a
be
kick-ass
kick-ass?
roll.
Yes.
Come Come on.
Yeah.
All right. A few button presses, and you are able to quickly hit a gravitational pulse. It knocks the ship back. The tendrils sort of rip off. The whatever's left on the parts that connect to the Breen ship sort of suck back into whatever that pod was that ejected them. But there's little pieces of it stuck. But it basically starts turning around to bring its weapons against you. Then, if
Do
it
we
can't
have
sort of hold you.
transporters back online?
You can make a check to find
Do we
out,
have warp?
or someone can do it for you because you're the captain.
Can we
I'd
just
love to.
Okay, go ahead and
yeah,
see.
I shouldn't actually.
Commander Rue, do we have transporters back online?
I find out whether I rolled a 1.
Okay, you can probably get a few people transported if you needed to.
Do we have warp?
That's not all of my.
That's another check. Different system.
I'll check that because I'm
That's
home.
high.
Anson, go
I
ahead
would
and
know
check,
that.
Check to see if we have warp.
4, so I would know.
Hey, let me know if you guys
Do we
need me
have
to
warp?
do anything.
Or-
We do have
Yeah,
orders,
well, you
sir.
can't go to
We could
warp
use the meet guests.
right now. You could probably get it up and running like you did with the impulse engines.
Yeah, Captain, I can
but
get us to full impulse, but we don't have warp
Yeah.
capabilities right now.
By the time you got warp engines up, it would hit you again. There's just no two ways around.
I'm just trying to find the most efficient way to get all of these poor animals out of our ship and maybe into our brig, or maybe into a cordoned off section of
Wait,
the cargo
dude.
bay, or
Kill them and then pile their
Hey
corpses
man, we
in
can
your
do that.
cargo
We can.
bay.
That should be what we do.
hey,
Beam them down to the
We can certainly
planet.
subdue them, sir,
Yeah, hey,
in a
pretty boy.
non-lethal fashion.
listen to your badass XO over here, pretty boy. Okay, just what is your brilliant idea, Dick?
Pretty boy.
You send us to clean up the mess.
Say pretty boy again.
Pretty boy.
There's a tremendous resemblance between you two.
Yes.
I know, don't remind me.
Not all
Listen,
humans look alike, Frodo.
we've been chewing gum together since kindergarten, and now we just kick ass.
What?
Okay?
Yeah.
Roll credits.
From American High to maybe LSU, when we come to your town,
Bring a lot of class. This
bring
is
a
town?
lot of class.
Is that how this works?
Is that was that supposed to rhyme?
Town in space. How big is this ship?
It did rhyme.
Let us go through the ship and kick some ass, people.
I find their linguistic
Sir.
patterns fascinating.
I find that tactically sound.
You guys find a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but y'all ever like? I can't think of anything.
Lose
Yeah,
something.
lose something. Yeah, good one, good one.
Do you
good
want
one.
them on the bridge?
No, I don't. I really don't.
So perhaps they could take
I
care
don't
of things
see
on
a
other
bridge
decks?
anywhere.
What
You guys
is
are
it? What
done.
bridge are you talking about?
You guys are done.
Golden Gate.
No, I was just gonna say when you guys are done,
Yeah.
you go kick all the ass you want and get some, get a workout going, and then afterwards I can show you how to use a replicator and make you some beer that it's unending.
Bro, are you coming on to us, dude?
No,
Yes.
I'm,
Wait,
I'm
what's
less
happening?
subtle when I come on to people.
Oh man.
It's true.
That's true.
Anybody ever tell you
Besides, the
your?
dude,
little bit
I wouldn't want
offended.
to. I wouldn't want to interfere with what you guys got going on.
Anybody ever tell you
Thank
your,
you.
your nipples are too perfect?
I've been told that, but then
Not
you
too
gonna do?
big, not too small.
That's your cross to bear, I guess.
I used to be able to cut glass with these things.
They're shaped like
I
crosses.
believe it. I know.
It's true. It's how I got my
Damn.
first gig.
It's just like a nice dark green. You don't see
sort
that
of,
too often.
sort of like a deep olive color.
I know. That's what I was
That's
thinking.
it. Yeah, that's what you said.
Animals, they're monsters.
Like a
I
dark
want to go
olive.
see
And also the
Okay,
bridge.
there's an incoming communication, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Good luck with that.
Here, I'll open it. I open communications, Captain.
Okay, you open communications, the view screen sort of flickers on, power systems are still sort of inefficient at this point, and you can see a Breen there.
What's up? Hey, what's up, dude?
The Breen language sounds a lot like someone is like tuning a radio
From the
wrong, and it doesn't
Yeah.
translate through a universal translator. It translates enough that you can get like text-only versions of it, but you hear like with like a weird bunch of static, and then like a text readout on any of your displays says, "I am Thought That, commander of this vessel, the Breen Piracy Alliance."
All right, send him back like a happy face emoji
Yeah,
and like
do one of those.
like a thumbs up and like a winky face, and then like a
Eggplant.
like
That's
an
three winky
eggplant.
faces.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
throw
an
an eggplant in
like
there.
I heard
That's
I've
popular.
never heard.
You've never heard of eggplant?
Is that
I think an eggplant is popular.
Put some Parmesan cheese on there.
Johnson,
You will
please.
power down your systems.
Dude, don't ever tell
it's
me how
written
to
out.
live.
You will power down your systems and surrender, or we will do more damage to your ship.
Send back good luck.
Captain?
Send back good fucking luck.
You know what?
I typed that. I typed that in. Press
I'm mad
enter.
about this. Make it
But
so.
you're typing it into like the environmental controls.
Yeah.
Make a chew gum roll.
And at this point,
3, I do that.
Zaz was just going to be like, wait, I don't know you, do I? Have we met?
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Hi. You're new.
Yeah.
Do you have a bridge position here?
Is it bad that I just instigated a war with these
Chief.
people?
Like a crutch at the tip of like his vest
pulls him back.
He's just like, when did you get a betazoid? See, like gets pulled away.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Focus, come on.
So you said sent good luck.
Yeah.
You also sent it. You did send it through the environmental controls, so unbeknownst to you, like it snows in someone's room on deck 5.
Good luck.
Christmas, motherfucker.
But you do send the message as well.
Oh, no.
The Breen captain. You can't really tell. The Breen, basically, for those of you who've never seen a Breen, they sort of have like robot dog masks going on. Like they have like the,
almost like Leia did in Return of the Jedi when she was still wearing a bounty hunter suit.
it is like Leia's bounty hunter outfit.
A doggy welding mask.
Yeah. And so you can't really tell what its reaction is, but the screen just goes dark. And a barrage of shots come across and hit the ship. Shields are back up, thankfully. Does anyone want to make a kick-ass roll for the ship to try and avoid damage? Go ahead.
I can't die on the Sally ride. Please don't let me die on the Sally ride.
You managed to sort of get the deflectors angled in just the right way, and you do your best to sort of like minimize damage, but basically a giant cannon is floating outside in space and firing at you. So there's little you can do until you get the ship up and moving.
Can I roll for Matazi handling things in sickbay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good.
Okay.
I have everything under control down here, Doctor.
Thank you so much. Please keep it up. Let us know if you need anything
Would you
else.
mind getting off the comm unit and helping me?
I'll be right there.
No, he was talking to me, Doctor.
Oh, right.
Matazi
Sorry.
What?
There's a lot of
You are 12 people. Evasive maneuver.
there's a lot of people coming in with like reports of animal bites and whatnot. They're very disruptive, the various animals that have been beamed over, but basically once you get your head about you can just phaser them unconscious and you're okay.
Phaser them.
Yeah. It sucks for a hot second when like a giant bear is in your room and you're like, oh wait, no, I have a laser gun.
That's the first thing.
So
you do.
most of your crew are fine. But that said, the systems have been entirely disrupted, so people aren't really getting the ship back in order like they should be.
Can I try something like really cool and like evasive to try and impress Azure with my flying skills? Because that's all I've got.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do it.
It's a kick-ass.
I impress the shit out. Oh, it is
No,
a
it's a
kick-ass?
kick-ass roll.
Never mind. I just kind of. I'm just sitting, drinking my cream soda.
Ensign, you're flying so normal. Can you please try to evade some of this fire, please?
I'm flying into the fire.
This is entirely too leisurely.
What is she doing as he's grabbing the console?
Wait,
This is
let
what
me
she
try again. I got confused and obviously didn't know that was a kick-ass roll. So I should probably roll again to try again. Yeah.
That's how luck works.
Yep. All you have to do is do it as many times until you succeed.
You gotta will it. That's what Aaliyah said.
I'm not a quitter,
just
damn
like
it.
Aaliyah.
Captain
Y'all know
Brian,
Leah?
Brian forever
I'm not
said
familiar with
that
that
these
species.
two would help us in this situation.
Yes.
I'm having trouble finding out how that is, but
You and me
we
both,
need
Lieutenant
help.
Commander. I agree.
Again, we can hear you.
Dick, Johnson, any ideas? Brian forever sent us from time, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I've got an idea.
What is it?
I want to.
I also do that. Oh my god.
All right.
What were you trying to do?
I was trying to like.
You rolled a 10. You did it.
Yeah. That's a 10?
Yeah.
All right. So you
This is
punched
zero. This is
Martinez.
zero.
Did you
It
RP
does.
Martinez unconscious? All right. You punched
Do I have to roll for it?
Martinez. No. Because
Okay.
you doing it to your character, so you can kind of choose how this plays out.
It's his great-grandson. He can do what he wants.
But Martinez loses a gum. You knock Martinez unconscious, and then Talon wallops you back, lose a gum, but you're still up.
Oh, that was a hell of a punch. Good job, man. That's what we need. All right, I'm gonna sit down in this chair. Here we go. Everybody, look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Can I have a chair?
Yeah, come sit in my lap.
I'm gonna sit on it.
Martinez is unconscious.
We're sharing the captain's chair now.
Everybody, real quick. Real quick.
No.
I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. Look at me. No. I'm the captain now. Hey,
Hold on.
Where's my captain?
I'm the captain now. What's happening?
We're the captain now.
We're the captain now.
We're the captain.
Look at us. Look at me. Look at him. Look at me.
We're the captain.
We're the captain now.
We're the captain now.
Thanks.
They are apparently the captain now.
Thank you.
All right, dude. Hit every colorful button. Here we go.
Does anyone want to fire?
Yeah.
Make a big ass
Fire
roll.
it then.
Bing, bong, boom, boom. This is big and red.
You do it.
I did it.
All right. You managed to fire like the ship. blows up like, or no, it doesn't blow up, but it fires off like the Death Blossom in Last Starfighter as you basically hammer every button.
Ooh, looks like
and a bunch of broadsides splash across the body of the Breen ship, but then you're immediately phasered unconscious by the doctor.
Yeah. Wait, both of us or just one of us?
Yeah, you're both next to each other, so
They have the area quality.
Yes,
Charge is a minor action.
Spread.
Try to fight it. Yeah, I'm trying, but I'm gonna go unconscious too.
This is the best day of my life.
The Breen ship is wounded, but by no means out of the fight. All your systems are back up, though. If anyone wants to scan it to try and get the ship out of there, to get the shields out of there.
Everything.
Right.
Commander, on your command, I can go along the side and we can shoot the entire helm on the side.
Do that. Throlo, wake up our captain.
And 10! Y'all going down, bitches!
All right, the Sally Ride, the nacelles bank down to maneuvering mode, and the Sally Ride does a huge, basically threads the needle around the side of the ship, and you make a medical roll. What are you gonna do?
Take him to the brig.
What's that?
Take him to the brig.
Okay, do you want to take him there or transport him there?
Whatever.
I can teleport them.
We weigh
No, I can't.
250
Don't
pounds
make me do things that
I'm
small.
a Vulcan.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and make a kick-ass roll then.
Yeah.
It's a 1. We're super heavy.
We're full of beer. We had a lot of beer and nachos before we came here.
Captain, you're all right. I've woken you up.
Oh.
I'm snoring so bad.
I
Your
was not
time
the one
friends-
that finally hit you.
Your
What
time
happened?
friends turned on us, and they
Captain.
mean right hook, Captain.
My
Do you want to
potentially
fire the weapons as you're making
great-great-grandfather?
this pass across them?
Yeah,
Great, great,
I
I
did
think
the
that sounds
thing.
like a great idea.
Kick-ass,
I would
please.
like to fire the pew pews.
What happened when I was out? What did they do? What did he do? What did?
I fired the shit out of them pew pews.
Yeah, ruin siege. Well, all this is happening. We're just like battle.
Effectively establish the tone of the show. All right, so
Somebody tell the captain, what did Dick Ryder do when I was knocked unconscious?
He fired all the things.
He pressed all.
And?
Talon is
Did anything good happen?
very verklempt.
I'm unconscious, but I go,
Explosions?
it went great.
Did we win? What's happening?
You've done a fair amount of damage to the ship as
Status
you're passing
report.
over it. It still has superior weapons, and you can tell like one of these like strange exterior pods starts basically healing the side of the ship, like pulling it together. It almost looks like board technology, but it definitely has a different sort of color to it.
Close enough.
What does anyone want to do in terms of like the ship at this point? Let's do ship actions.
Is the healing properties of the ship like an electronical technology type of thing?
It is some sort of tech, yeah.
Chief, should we hit it with an electrical pulse and see if we can get the healing to stop?
Absolutely.
The electronic
That is
Now you
healing.
guys are
100%
talking
of thing you
science
can do.
Let's do it.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we're sciencing the shit out of it.
That is a kick-ass roll. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One of
I don't
the-
roll right. I just
Nope. One of the
did it.
science emitters that is designed to create particles for scientific experiments basically roars to life and it puts down charged particles which immediately ignite and arc electricity into this pod, which shuts it down. And so you can see the ship ceases to heal instantaneously.
Nice.
All right.
What is
now
this?
let's
Anyone else
shoot it
want to
where
do?
it hurts.
I'd like to keep firing at it now that it doesn't
Roll a kick
heal
ass.
things.
This is like mirror universe.
Yep, kick ass.
Okay, you blast it a bunch of times.
smiling.
It's still coming around. Its shields are really interesting. It has what's called a stochastic field emitter, which and it basically it strengthens its shields in a way that like if you don't get a perfect shot, you barely do any damage to it. Anyone else want to take any actions with the ship before we move into personal actions?
We need a perfect shot.
Zazzard only
Where can
ever
we go?
wants to take personal actions.
Zazzard's actually just going to lean up against one of the consoles, and at this point, he's just watching the madness unfold in front of him.
Can we take
Commander.
this ship out? How do we do that?
I was like, Commander, right where it's hit, where the healing has stopped. Let's hit it right there.
Who wants to make a science roll?
Hit it.
If you can
I can try.
scan their
anything.
weakness.
I've been rolling so badly tonight, but whatever. Oh yes!
Okay.
them weaknesses.
One of the consoles is lit up, and you notice that there's some sort of chronoton emitter somewhere in this ship. Possibly what allowed it to transit time. And you've sort of broken through some shielding by phasering it, which means that you can see where it is. So this is basically whatever it is that allowed them to sort of travel backwards in time to meet your ship.
All right, I'm flying to that thing, and we're gonna shoot the thing.
All right.
What he said.
Lieutenant Commander, what's happening? What did you get from the sensor scan?
Oh yeah, we
Lieutenant
should
Commander?
probably do
I've detected some type of time travel technology, and I believe if we can target that, then we can greatly injure their ship.
Then that must have been what the Guardian of Forever, Brian Forever was talking about when he sent us these incredibly muscular morons. Doctor, can you wake these two up, please?
Certainly.
I would suggest we restrain them first.
I can promise you that they're not going to try to do the thing that they did once before again.
How do you know that?
Just trust me, Doctor. Wake them up.
Okay.
I'll let you have that.
Wait, what happened, y'all? What's going on?
I pressed all the buttons again.
I turned that console off. I was like, it's snowing.
Please don't touch
It makes all the
anything.
beepy noises, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Captain, I gotta say, it was pretty kick-ass to be you for a second, and then we got knocked unconscious by your very capable crew.
You were not the captain.
Dick Johnson,
Yeah.
we don't know why the Guardian of Forever, why Brian Forever sent you to us, but apparently you're supposed to help with that. They're some sort of a time anomaly, correct, Lieutenant Commander? They're back from their future, a very advanced future, and shouldn't be here attacking us.
You could have said that from the very beginning.
Well, like any good crew, we didn't jump ahead until we knew all of the facts. Oh, that is not how we do business at all. No,
Not even a little bit.
We usually shoot first and then run away.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've killed a lot of people.
One more thing, Dick.
Can you not do that? I punch him.
I hold it.
I have two.
All
Oh
right.
my god, this is like Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior when they were doing their showdown at the beginning of their match.
Dick and Johnson get into an epic fist fight. Dick and Johnson and Captain Martinez. Meanwhile, the Chronoton transducer is available for anyone who wants to mess with it.
Yeah.
What is
Hey.
Should we shoot the
Yes.
anomaly?
Damn it, man. We need your help, Johnson. You're an American, right? An American hero?
Yes.
Then wake up your friend and get to work.
You just punched him out.
I know, now we're even.
You wake him up.
Fine.
Wake him up.
Okay.
Let go of
On
me.
the count of three. Let go at the same time?
You're holding on to me. I'm not holding on to anything.
Okay.
Only you were letting
don't
go
punch
right
me,
now.
all right?
I can't make any guarantees. You punched my best friend since kindergarten.
All right, well, you took over my ship, which is like my best friend.
I was following his lead. I promise.
Okay, then we're
just
cool.
rolled with
Everything
that.
copacetic?
Maybe. Okay, sure. You got a hell of a group.
You too.
All right.
Wake him up.
Tickle, tickle, tickle. Stop it, dude.
That's how I wake him up every morning.
Okay, how did you know? I don't know, I think it's just a family thing. It's a
I think it
Martinez
definitely
thing.
works on him too. Look at that.
Hey, cut it out. Stop. Don't tickle
Oh
the
my
captain.
goodness gracious.
Okay, we need ideas, people.
A notion.
Yes,
Hey guys,
Commander.
just so you know, under the armpit.
Since there appear to be some
Noted.
kind of chronoton particles around the Breen ship, perhaps the fact that this Dick and Johnson have themselves come through time
You
would
don't have to say it so patronizingly. Those are our names.
No. That's how they talk.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Go
right.
on. Continue.
could somehow immunize them if they were to interface directly, if they were to
Are you trying to get
board
rid of
that
us?
part of the Breen vessel.
Are you trying to get rid of us?
Do you not
Commander?
wish
Do you not like us?
to kick ass?
Yeah, what did we do?
Do you not like us anymore?
Transporting
Well, if you don't want to
Commander.
kick ass.
Oh no, like that'll be, we'll cover that. We'll eventually kick ass, but like, are we friends? We only like to have adventures with people that we make friends with.
Yeah.
Fail at
You
a
punched
deception
the
check.
captain.
Yeah, go ahead.
You haven't even asked us our names.
That's how I say
Did you
hi.
make a deception check?
Yeah.
All right, so
The best friends.
Do we have time to do roll call real quick?
Rue insists that you are friends and you believe it.
We know that's the commander. What is it, Commander what?
Rue.
That's cool.
Commander Rue.
You're
What's
li-
that name? Say something cool about yourself.
Yeah. What's your favorite kind of flower?
Chrysanthemum.
All right.
Chrysanthemum.
You're Lieutenant Commander what?
Salon.
Lieutenant Commander Shalon, what's your favorite Steve Martin movie?
I do not know of this Steve Martin.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
man, you gotta see Three Amigos.
What's your favorate color?
What's happening on the view screen while this
I feel like,
I like-
the ship is the enemy ship is like tacking back around and charging weapons.
Zazu just watches hopelessly. He's just watching death turn
Yep.
toward. He's just like,
And I'm just watching Zazu.
Z-Dog!
just camera pan
Z-Dog.
you.
Z-Dog!
We're friends with you already.
Yeah, we're already cool as
We're
hell.
already cool as hell. You are,
Me?
yeah.
Lark Sage, Ensign Lark Sage.
Cool, I
Lark
like your
Sage.
nose, it's cool.
Thanks.
What's your
Yeah, cool nose.
What's your favorite? I don't know. Here's just a random question. What's your favorite drink?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
You have to pick one drink.
All right, think about it. We'll come back to you.
Yeah, we'll come back to you.
You, Shrek Smurf. You are the doctor?
Yes, Shishiros, not Shrek'smurf.
Oh, sorry. Dr. Shrek-Smurf-Sros. Dr. Shishiros. I'm just kidding.
Shrek-Smurf-Sros.
Shishiros. That's cool. That's real cool. What is that? Like Guatemalan? That's a cool name.
Beautiful name.
Beautiful, gorgeous name.
Gorgeous
Thank
name.
you.
Maybe it's like Yiddish? I don't know. It's cool.
Andorian.
Oh, cool.
Adorian.
Adori.
Finding.
I'm just gonna
Sweet.
kind of make
Doctor.
photographs in my mind of the last moment.
Doctor, do you have-
This was actually a nice.
Make a chew gum roll to take mental photographs.
Yeah.
Doctor, what's your favorite thing about being a
6.
doctor? Real quick.
The blood.
Oh, I have 6.
Cool
All
as
right,
hell. It's
you'll
cool as hell.
remember your last moments. All right, go ahead.
Suppose I did spend
Go
a lot
ahead,
of time
what?
here.
Answer them.
Yeah, now we're on you.
Oh.
Lady over there with them cool eyes.
Who was mad about us not knowing your name?
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Mala Ren. Hi, Chief.
Mala Ren.
Mala Ren, oh my God,
Mala,
hi.
did you know that in Spanish, Mala means bad? Are you bad?
Does it? Really?
Are you bad?
Are you bad?
Are you bad?
This is taking a while.
Ancient humans
Cream
are so
soda.
strange.
That's a good one. I
Soda,
like
that's a very
I
good
like that.
answer.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
Mala.
Chief. Chief, what's your favorite plant?
I'm gonna lean forward and say, Captain.
Hey, Captain.
I will do.
What's
any
your name? It's your
favor
turn
for you.
now.
I will do any favor for you, Captain, in the future, if you
not sure
promise
these are
me
trustworthy
that
sources.
you will allow me to have a
Speak many
security
languages.
recording
They
of
must
your
know.
Lieutenant Commander Talon's reactions for the past half hour.
We'll talk. All right.
Hey, Captain, what's your name?
Rafael Martinez, Captain of USS Sally Ride.
That's where we are?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna die.
Oh, cool. Just an American hero right there.
Run some,
That's
run some,
Thankfully, Dick and Johnson.
wait, I'd like some
Because
questions.
I don't care about
Dick
them.
and
Wait, where's my
Johnson's,
chest?
Dick and Johnson's supernatural ability to slow down time while they have inane conversations
Yeah, okay.
has protected you from the attack of the enemy ship.
Awesome.
But at this point now, even that can no longer hold them out. And a strafing run of torpedoes.
Wait, Captain
and
Martinez,
torpedoes.
favorite color.
Still doesn't work. It's not enough time.
It's red.
Okay, great.
Blasts hit the ship. The shields can't really hold them back that much. There's serious structural damage.
Shields can't hold, Captain. We don't have much time, Captain.
Oh my God, Johnson's gonna throw up
And
again.
at that point, you hear Jiv from engineering go, "What the hell is going on up there?"
What's your favorite color? They need to know.
Your shields are down. The other ship's shields are down. What does anyone want to do?
We gotta shoot him
Kick
with
its
the
ass.
reviews.
Yeah.
Go ahead and kick ass.
Yeah, I
Where are you
do.
aiming?
I'm aiming at the chronoton bit.
I'm pulling the shuttle or the
Roll a
Sally
kick-ass
Ride.
roll.
I
Roll a
basically
kick-ass
just want to
roll.
do the time warp again.
Okay.
Nice.
Can I get a second roll?
One from her and one from you.
Yep,
Okay, yeah.
I make
Okay.
it.
I 9'd on that.
Okay.
I land right on the number.
All right.
So I have to eat
Y'all
my-
just have like a couple spacesuits you can shoot us at it with.
It doesn't really matter though because
Yes.
as the phaser hits the chronoton emitter, you can see there's like some sort of strange energy surrounds the entire ship, and it starts sort of like fading in and out of reality, and then basically sort of evaporates. And there's a huge like sort of chronoton wake left behind it.
That
It sort of
question I
dissipates.
asked, forget it.
Or if you're sure.
If we do have those available, I would like one later, but I don't need one right now.
The view screen changes over to Brian tomorrow.
Brian today, Brian tomorrow.
What's
Brian
that?
forever.
What is that?
My heroes from without and within time.
It's talking.
I have given
You
you the
too, fan.
tools for your own salvation, and you have achieved your goals.
Yeah, they didn't help at all, Brian.
Hey man, we
They
did a
made
lot of
this
stuff. We did a whole
Entirely
mess of
more
stuff.
difficult than it needed to be.
That's
Brian.
not true.
Come on,
We
we
found
had a
out
lot
your
of-
favorite color.
They punched our
We all
captain
know
twice.
each other.
This is why everyone likes my brother more than me. Fine.
Hey, I apologize, Brian, forever. Everybody, this is a
He said his name was Brian Tomorrow. This is a different guy.
Brian tomorrow. This is an entity that might be as powerful as a king.
Maybe tomorrow is forever.
He seems to have a very large inferiority complex.
No.
Are we supposed to
nope.
do the bowing thing?
My
Like
science
you?
operator, just
Audible
say that,
gasp.
Brian.
You can hear us. Give us a sign.
No, we're just supposed to compliment Brian on him sending us some very nice boys to help us with what we
I
needed
have
help
just
with,
spent
okay?
the past hour and a half of my life listening to humans squabble over who is stronger. I do not have the patience for this anymore.
Man, Captain, I gotta say, dude, of all your crew members, she gets the maddest, dude. Her emotions just come to the forefront, like real mad all the time.
Seriously, it's like you need to.
I'm just gonna give you a little advice. It's been my experience not to provoke a Vulcan woman.
I have not meditated in over a day.
I've only been watching for a few minutes, and I get it. I see where this didn't go great. Okay, all right. You know what? That's the thing about being ancient and controlling time. I can do this again and see how it works out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and the Dick and Johnson just evaporate from the bridge.
I'll see you guys later.
Do I still have the beer?
Yeah, that's the only thing that remains. And let's see, Zazrit, do you want to go back to your ship with your ex, or do you want me to put you somewhere else?
I'll stay here for now, I think.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and just reverse to where before you met me, and I'm going to cloak the plant. And you know what? It's been great.
Wait,
Thanks
can I
very
keep
much.
the beads?
Yes, you can keep the beads. And then suddenly it's exactly where our adventure started, but no distress call. Except for the fact that Zazrit's on the bridge, which isn't explained.
Zazrit, how the hell did you get on the ship?
Doesn't matter.
Wait, do they have no memory of I just go...
And you do.
Wait.
Why is there vomit all over the floor?
What am I holding?
Who are you?
No, they're not.
Ensign Mark?
Yes. Nondescript.
These are Ensign Marks.
And as everyone's trying to figure out what the fuck happened, that's where we're going to end.
I just started. There's two crew people on the bridge that just turn around and it's Dick and Johnson just like, Captain, we're getting an incoming distress signal.
All right. At that point, he's like, Zazrit just goes, well, if I'm going to the brig in a second anyway, I'm just going to get this out. And I'm going to grab Martinez and just dip him and make out with him.
All right.
And now I'm just going to go.
Make a kick-ass roll.
Yeah.
Huh? Make a kick-ass roll.
8.
It works.
And now the time is reversed with cannon.
I pull out a saxophone.
Well, yeah, the time
And
already
it's insane.
reversed.
That's right.
Once again, doesn't deserve love.
All right, so we're going to do another...
the record button.
we're going to do another giveaway for the regular temporal agent pack, which is extremely relevant to today's episode. Go ahead and put the code...
Fancy
Thank you.
Devin, who won the fancy one?
The world, thanks.
Who won the fancy one?
You did great.
All right, winners.
Hold on, he's coming over with it.
Winners.
We've got winners to our insane episode.
Oh my God, Talon.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay, it is the Hero Nightwing who won. Hero Nightwing won the big one.
Congratulations, Hero Nightwing.
Yeah.
Join our fleets. If you're not there already.
You did good.
Yeah, that's right. You can actually play with all of us on Sunday in some capacity in our little Star Trek Online play along. I believe that's 11 Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, and
right here.
One of the gentlemen from Star Trek Online, Mike, will be with us. He's going to come down. One of the devs is going to come down and play with us.
I don't actually know if the special event that we're going to go explore in the game has been released yet or not, but if it has been released, we'll see you there. If it hasn't been released, we'll be exploring this new exciting thing that's happening soon together.
Oh, they've announced it.
How long will it go for?
It's just going to be like 3 or 4 hours.
'Cause I am Mrs. Colas that day, but if it's still going on when I'm done, I will race over.
come by and hang
I won't
out.
even take my costume off. I'll just come and kill some pork.
That's going to be a good time for everybody. So yeah, we'll start by meeting everyone at the Starbase, I think, if we can. If you're in the fleet, we'll meet you at the Starbase, and then we're going to go, I believe, to Ryza, where anyone can go, and we can meet everyone at Ryza and have a good time, and then we'll go on some missions and hang out, and it'll be a good time. So thank you for that.
Loves Ryza.
But go ahead and put the code Pizzazz in the chat if you. What's that?
It's temporal.
Oh, okay.
It's temporal.
Oh, the temporal one's already done?
I'm doing it now.
Oh, he's doing it now. We're good. Temporal one's coming through. Yeah, unless anyone has any final announcements, we can wrap it up here. We're going to close out today with the Dick and Johnson opening animatic, because some of you may not have seen it. It is a full-on animated opening, and it is Hector in his ideal cartoon form. Thank you guys
exactly the same.
for taking that way off the rails.
That was amazing.
It's always good when-
Thank you, Karen.
On their show.
That was so much fun.
And thank you to Rick Blood for the name Brian tomorrow.
I like that.
Brian Forever, sorry.
Yeah, and Chris Lakia. Who was it that came up with Zazrit's shuttle name?
Oh, I think it was. I think it was you. I think we've got there eventually.
I think it was Lakia.
Okay, Chris Lakia with the.
Oh no,
pizzazz.
I think it actually. No. It was actually Rick.
Okay. Oh,
Rick was in the office. He was actually the. Yeah.
Two great ones for Rick Budd,
Made me
story
red.
consultant on this show, and there's all kinds of more. We have only a few more episodes left before the end of the season.
Yeah.
So Watch for some cliffhangery fun, and I believe Josephine McAdam will be back with us.
She will be back with us this coming Monday, yeah.
And that's really it. You can watch Dick and Johnson on Fridays with Hector and Keller and myself. That's Fridays at 4 o'clock. I won't be in this next one as I am on a trip, but Dewey, the original GM from way back in the day, the OG GM, is going to take these two guys out. And then on the 15th, Dick and Johnson has a very, very, very special episode. Thank you to Weave. Thank you to Sardic Online. Thank you to all of you for your donations to charity that made this episode possible.
Thank you.
BitGod won himself the Temporal Wow. Use it. See you on Sunday. And unless there's anything else, we're going to wrap it up here. Handling Frequencies closed.
Thanks for tuning in to Shield of Tomorrow. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. We'll be here every week with the ongoing adventures of the USS Sally Ride. New episodes air on Geek and Sundry Twitch and Alpha every Friday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you'd like to see more, you can start your free 30-day trial on projectalpha.com.